Good evening, everyone, and welcome to 2-Bit Iced Adventures, presenting Dimensional Dial One-Shot Wednesday. This week's episode, Aetherian Rim. I'm your host and Dimension Master, Matt, also known as War-Torn Knight out there on the interwebs, and I am joined with the lovely crew of this night's session. And I would allow them to introduce themselves first and foremost with Big Chief.
Hello! Thank you for having me back again. I am Big Chief, Chief for short, but I am known as Big Chief 1387 on the interwebs, on the TikToks, and I'm on Insta now, kind of. And tonight I shall be playing that big furry boy, Geos, the big Leonin barbarian. He's here for a good time.
Yeah, I guess it's my turn.
It's your turn.
Hello, my name is Taylor, also known as Nerdy Pinup Girl on the TikToks and Instagram. If you like cosplay, if you like special effects makeup, if you like Dungeons and Dragons, Smashable Monsters, you should totally give me a follow. Today I am playing the dark, the beautiful Elvira Noir. She is a Death Domain cleric, and The best way to describe her is a very bitchy goth lesbian. Happy Pride, y'all. Who would like to go next? Are we going to go downwards or are we going to go to the diagonals?
No, I never mind going down.
Prison.
Prison.
Lily.
I liked being last. Okay.
Sorry.
Hi, I am Lady Lily, both here on Twitch and on TikTok, and I guess also Insta. Today I am playing Nesta of Ramiel. I gave her a last name, leave me alone. She is a half-elf sorcerer who is consistently itching for a fight to deal with some messed up trauma, which is why I'm a little bruised up today. So very excited to see how, just to see if I can build something because I've never built anything.
Hello, I am Charles. We'll be playing a ranger by the name of Keliko. So hopefully it'll be kind of fun since he likes to be moody, sometimes sassy.
Alrighty. So, with that being said, tonight on the Dimensional Dial of Dr. Diago, our group ventures into a dimension that even the main party only saw for roughly half of a session. The first dimension on the dial, the Aetheria Prime, as it were. A high fantasy world with not too much innate magic, but on the cusp of a magical technology revolution. These pieces of magitech making their way into the world have been mostly little things, sort of arcane batteries to power lights, or things to make the home more comfortable, or perhaps even containers to keep perishables cold and last longer. Sometimes these are used for arcane weaponry, firing some sort of arcane rounds that are similar to modern lasers or plasma. But in the end, every piece of technology runs on something else. Now, this isn't your run-of-the-mill electricity that runs through telephone wires and things of that nature. No, no, no. Here, things run on magicite, a substance that is theorized to be the aether solidified in the material plane. It is incredibly potent, it is volatile, and it is the most in-demand substance in all of Aetheria as we speak. As such, these arcanists that are creating these magnetechnological wonders, we made it there, they need a better way to acquire magicite, for it is only, well, I shouldn't say only found, but most plentifully in a region of the world known as the Wastes, a inhospitable wasteland that is home to all manner of deadly creatures, terrible terrain and weather, and a place so deadly that nobody has even survived long enough to properly map it out. All that our crew will have is what is possibly a map of directions that will lead them to a quarry of sorts to recover the magicite. In addition to the largest Magitech wonder the world has ever seen. The all-terrain utility machine, otherwise known as the Atom. This taken, of course, giving credit where credit is due, from the Grease Monkey's Handbook, a expansion homebrew material found on the Dungeon Masters Guild, created by, I believe I'm saying it correctly, Val Cyrene, a PDF that I purchased years ago, and now I get to really play with tonight, thanks to these wonderful people.
Yay!
So, with all that being said, a crew was assembled to pilot this mechanized monstrosity into the wastes. Will this crew be up to snuff on this Atom's maiden voyage into the wastes? What dangers will the wastes present? And finally, will they be able to recover the all-important Magicite? These questions and more have yet to be diced. A week has passed since the voyage has begun for the Atom into the wastes. You've encountered some pretty precarious terrain, some unique challenges that your massive machine was able to overcome, whether it be swimmingly or with a little bit of fine finagling. But alas, you've made it this far, following the best map money could buy into a land that nothing is certain. You've encountered some of the local wildlife, large reptilian creatures that spit lightning, large animals that are quadrupedal and attacked the tracks of your Atom, and some little more, perhaps more sentient adversaries. Some of the local denizens that don't take kindly to outsiders because they just bring nothing but problems as far as they're concerned. Now, not going to say that this ended in wholesale slaughter, but you were able to navigate the situation up until this point. Traveling through a rough bit of a canyon that you have to make your way through. Rocks jutting up, being crushed underneath the tracks of your Atom. You continue to make your way through. I will allow us to give a little showcase of the Atom itself and the people who are crewing it, starting, of course, with our fearless pilot, Elvira.
Forgot I'm a pilot. That's kind of like an important thing, isn't it? Okay. So, in the little pilot section area, you will see a 5'8" woman, rather slender. She has pretty much like a velvet sort of robe with scale mail peeking out from her shoulders. as well as a leather corset over it with a amulet with a skull right in the center. She has piercing blue eyes and just extremely dark hair. A very prominent resting bitch face, high cheekbones. The smell of cloves is coming from the pilot area as she has a rolled clove cigarette hanging out of her mouth. She has one foot up on the chair, the other one on the other foot on the gas, one hand on the wheel, as she is just kind of like grumbling to herself as she is just letting puffs of smoke escape from her lips and is keeping her eye on the road.
What a fucking vibe.
And like I feel like every now and then you could kind of just hear like I don't know, do they have like any sort of music players or radios in there at all?
I will say yes, because using the ability to make a device that will use the minor illusion cantrip to play a sound that is programmed into it, they have been able to make devices that play music.
All right, you would probably be hearing abyssal death metal coming from the freaking pilot.
Abyssal death metal, writing that into the lore of Aetherian. That being said, we turn next to the next station that is being crewed. We're gonna go for Nesta.
So Nesta is at her station, which is right by her gun. She's kind of just stood there spacing out. Her hair is unbound. It's this lovely, beautiful copper color. She is a half-elf. So she's got very elegant features because she's more elf-leaning than human. She has a very straight posture as she stands at her place, because she was raised in nobility, so she is very kind of a bit rigid in her movement. But as she's staring out with her gray blue eyes, it's like there's nothing there. Like, it's very blank. But every kick of the rocks, her eyes shoot, and she's aware of everything that's happening, but at the same time almost like on autopilot.
We stand the dissociation. It's how I make it through the workday. Next, I should ask. I'll leave it up to you. Are you in the right side laser turret, or are you in the left side laser turret?
Right, because her left eye's a little messy, so she just thought it'd be better luck to be in the right.
That tracks. I love that. In the left side laser turret, Kediho. How does your station look, and how are you presented in it?
Well, since Kediho, he's really used to like a lot more open areas, unless of course. So he's kind of like disgruntled in such a small space, like, so he has to find some way to entertain himself along this thing. So, he's just really sassy, or just really looking for anything excuse to just say something dumb, I guess, just to entertain himself. Because there's not much to focus on in here other than the laser he's running and the ammo for it. But yeah, they're just trying to think of a bigger and better place.
I have to say the vibe is giving that if there are windows, you have them, every single one open.
Yeah.
Just like
sticking your head out.
Yep.
Wonderful, wonderful. And what I'm going to guess is going to be the dorsal mounted Gauss cannon. Yeah, that's right. And what better turret to be manned by this just strength exuding individual? Would you like to describe how this looks to the audience.
Sure. So yes, in the turret, looking very much so like a cannon or a tank turret, with the hatch popped open, fully sitting out on the top of it, is this big 7 foot tall, super buffed out Leonin barbarian. He's sitting there with his maul that, if Matt permits, is actually just a giant wrench, like a huge fucking wrench. That he's just kind of sitting there, kind of just leaning on, just sitting there, super bored. He is covered in black fur, but you can still see just the huge muscles coming out from under it. And he's got super dark black mane that kind of whitens right where his little goatee would be, and he's got kind of some scars coming along the face, and he's got these really, really dark blood red eyes that kind of light up when he gets angry. And he is just sitting there. Rawr. He is just kind of sitting there, looking around, hey, that's a really nice t-shirt. You just kind of, the rest of the crew would probably get annoyed because when he wasn't leaning on his big wrench thing, he'd be tapping it on the ground, I want to fucking hit something. Geo is ready. Geo wants to get in a fight.
I will say, anytime Elvira probably hears the tapping of the wrench, she'll just kind of sit there and just go, more cowbell! And
when the hard parts hit, pistol death metal, Geo's is banging the hammer on the tank.
Roll to see if you misfire the tank. No, I'm kidding.
Whoopsie daisy.
Sorry, I did it again.
I don't know why, but what popped into my head was quite literally the White Stripes 7 Nation Army coming in, but instead of it being a bass drum, it's just you smacking smacking the barrel of the Gauss cannon just to get that nice resonance right out the front.
Death metal blasting from the pilot's seat. Elvira's just putting on a pair of fucking aviator sunglasses, cigarette hanging out her mouth.
I'm sorry. The only music I see coming out of this thing is definitely Death Clock. That's that kind of music. Fuck yeah!
That's who doesn't hear it because he's so out of it. Still nods her head when it gets to the really heavy rock. That's when you start seeing her react very softly.
You guys would literally see a 7 foot tall Leonin barbarian just headbanging the entire time.
Somewhere in the world, my half orc, half tiefling bard heavy is just super fucking happy. There's a tank that I need to be on.
It's calling to me.
It's calling.
Or get real Mad Max up in here. Just all right. So the crew with vibes aplenty, tearing through the wastes. You guys definitely, it hasn't been an easy go, so you're tired, you're stressed, you're a little overworked and maybe underpaid, but that's up to interpretation.
Probably underpaid.
But the amount of gold we're still sitting on, I don't think we are.
Oh, this is kind of like some Deadliest Catch situations. It's dangerous, so they pay you.
Yeah.
This is indeed the Deadliest Catch situation. Again, rolling through, you guys are still trying to make your journey to essentially a magicite mine. Not like a formal one that was set up, but an area where it's been told to you there is magicite aplenty to be had if only you could survive the journey there and back for it. Some people have, but bringing back a couple 100 pounds of this stuff is not gonna cut it for the booming industry of Magitech. So you all in your atom the gargantuan-sized, tank-treaded monstrosity with a storage trailer dragging behind it, because why not? Yeah. You guys are just, as far as you're aware, should just about be where you need to be. In fact, let's figure out if you really are. I would need a volunteer to roll a survival check.
What is my survival? Might want the. How's the ranger on survival?
I was gonna say I got a +5, but he's probably got a better one.
Not me.
Yeah,
I have -1.
I
Not
have
here
a-
for a long time. I'm here for a good time.
So, who's
Roll, lion boy. Rawr.
Yes, ma'am. Dice are a thing in which I have ready. Roar. No. That is a 25.
25. Excellent.
Net 20 to start the night. Thank you, Grog Dice.
Thank you, Grog Dice. You guys,
Yay.
following Geo's orders, Elvira, you're able to navigate the terrain in a favorable situation, avoiding some hazards. Geo, you definitely point out areas where it seems like there would be ravines that aren't exactly easy to cross or even move parallel to. You point out areas of thick brush that, even though you're in a absolutely massive machine with tank treads, that would definitely prove to bring you to a standstill. And you also, given the fact that this was a natural 20, you avoided a weird-looking cloud on the horizon that, as you got closer, was definitely a large flock of some kind of carnivorous flying creature.
Oh, delicious. We could have gotten Eddie Munson, y'all.
You very well could have, but you rolled very good.
There would probably be those moments where
it was the death metal, wasn't it?
death. There is probably some definite moments where Geo's extremely nervous of Elvira driving, and would be sitting there like, no, go left, not right. Oh, and starts banging on the top.
Elvira just responds with more cowbell and just keeps driving. She does not hear what Gyros is saying. Like, aside from like,
Where's there an R in my name? You add letters.
But I will say Elvira, like, unless it like had something to do with the terrain, like if Gyros was complaining at all about her driving, she straight just like cold stonewalls him like the whole entire time. Like, she won't even respond if he makes any comments about her driving. She just kind of is gonna look over at him and just go back and looking at the road.
I like this visual that, like, him on top in a dorsal mounted like tank turret can just lean down and see you through the windshield, just like
right.
hands on the steering, we're just like,
Elvira just sees a middle finger like coming down.
Elvira breaks it.
cranks the music. Can't hear ya.
Nesta, who's still, like I said, only half paying attention, feels the movement in the what do we call it?
How fast are we going?
The tanky tank.
Tank.
Your speed, if I remember correctly, is 50 feet.
Okay.
Ignoring difficult terrain as well, which may or may not come into.
So I would say we're going that fast, and the weather is currently favorable.
I mean, it's not like this is wind powered where you need the wind behind you, but it's not.
I just mean like it's not like stupid cold or stupid hot or anything like that.
It's not hot enough that you're going to suffer any sort of like actual drawbacks, but it is hot enough, I will say, that it's annoying, and just because it's fucking muggy as shit, man.
Yeah. So to try to get some kind of
Gross.
breeze and not be trapped in a tin box, like Geo with no R will get on top of the tank and be like sitting with the giant cannon like right between his legs, just being endlessly amused by that. Just that's funny.
Nesta, who's little, for one thing she brought with her is actually like a set of dice. I gave her dice for some reason. Is kind of just playing with them in her hand, just like stimming,
Fidget toy.
like moving, almost like if she's on a boat, she's not falling over, but you can definitely feel that every sway of the car, she's like.
Roll with it.
I like it. Perfect. Alrighty. That being said, as there's shouting from Geos and there is shouting back from Elvira, I'm going to need you to make a dexterity saving throw for the atom.
Oh dear. Okay. Dexterity saving throw. That will be an 18 plus 5.
Good shit. So even though you are just like annoyingly trying not to listen to Geo, you can't help but, like, as you're shaking your head and rolling your eyes, looking out the cockpit and seeing you are in fact about to drive into like a slope of rock that would turn the atom onto its side.
Can I hit the brakes?
You did, in fact, with that dexterity saving throw, just
Heck yeah.
right to a stop.
So pretty much you'll just feel like the jerk as she hits the brakes. She's going to wave her hand using the cantrip thermatology, I believe it is. Thaumaturgy, and turning off the music. And she just kind of sits there, pulls the cigarette from her lips, and just kind of looks back, and she goes, Gyro, is there any way around this thing without us fucking ending up upside down?
Yeah, go fucking left. Jesus.
Does going left help solve the problem?
Does it?
Sure.
Yeah, because I told you to go fucking left, and you went fucking right.
Fuck you! And
Fuck you!
She's just going to...
This is feeling very reminiscent of last.
But with that, Elvira is going to turn and make sure that, like, very carefully going down or going around this little hole area. Or, like, would I have to make a survival check of some sort to figure out, like, the best way to go around, or...
No, this was just me playing off of the fact that you guys were yelling at each other and you were trying not to listen to him.
Oh, okay.
Typical couple arguing with...
Mom and Dad, stop fighting.
Fighting again.
Oh my god.
Perfect.
So we know that we are going to the Rim is as the name of the episode.
No, that's just a play on Pacific Rim because you guys are in a mech.
Damn.
So I mean,
I wanted to make a joke, but that's okay.
I mean, you're gonna make it anyway.
Already jail.
Just saying.
Already
Said
jail.
that I was working on the Rim job. I thought
jail.
I thought something else, but
jail.
Perfect. Anyway.
Got a little.
So, oh man, if you guys had gone the route of making 4 smaller ones, you totally could have sold me on like Voltroning yourself together.
Damn! Restart the episode.
All right, take it back.
We'll be back in like half an hour. We gotta figure some shit out.
We could have had our own Megazord, y'all.
We just need 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Just another 35 minutes.
As it is, I feel like I was the only one that read all that shit. Which is
With our powers combined, we create a mecha, bitchy, lion, traumatized, ranger,
Traumatized is my specialty.
I was gonna say, I don't know if you and Taylor know you can make characters without tragic backstories. But
Fucking what?
yeah, it's possible.
I don't believe you.
Nah, not possible.
What about a character who has no trauma and then the whole book I give them trauma?
Yeah.
I mean, that is D&D.
Well, then there's also the Grendel route to where they just don't remember the trauma.
Trauma
Don't
blocking.
make me
Anywho,
sad
right.
when tomorrow is Thursday.
God, Jesus Christ! William's in the middle of trying to kill himself playing Russian roulette. Jesus fucking Christ! So much is happening. So
For
much.
context on that, folks, tune in tomorrow. Anyway,
Grendel is crying.
this day, you guys travel for about another hour. No more mishaps. And you make a left around a ridge, and you start to see
Fucking told you, go left.
little. You start to see little reflections in the ground. The sunlight being reflected in a bluish color. And as you get a little bit more around the ridge, those reflections in the ground start to form into actual crystals. And eventually, you start to see large, jagged, almost just like spires of the turquoise gems you are looking for, known as magicite. This is every artificer and arcanist's wet dream that you guys are just rolling up on in a Magitech monstrosity designed to not only collect but haul this shit.
Question.
Answer.
Does our bulldozer tank have like a flame paint job?
Do you want it to have a flame paint job?
I kind of do.
Soft pink bunnies.
Can the flames be the color of soft pink bunnies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The pink flames?
If it's going to be really metal, it's probably pink soft bunnies on fire.
Yes.
No.
But
A pink soft bunny with a guitar, with like a guitar or music instrument, throwing out flames that are
Yes.
yes, who is also on fire.
Can we have a bumper?
Everything
sticker
is
that
on
says
fire.
Ranger.
Say what?
And
What does the
Ranger.
bumper sticker say?
And Ranger.
Oh man.
Whenever
At this-
we're not digging for minerals, we go on tour.
At this point, you guys are going to have to name this thing. Your Atom is named, or either that or you guys need a crew name at this point.
Well, we
I
can't.
think it should be.
Breakfast
I think
Club.
it should be reminiscent of 80s metal bands.
I'd say Steel
Draconica?
Panther, but that's taken.
I'm
What
on.
did you say?
Draconica?
Draconica? That's the
Draconica.
most metal shit I've ever heard.
But I will say, upon seeing the rocks, so Elvira is like outside. One of the main reasons she likes to go on these kinds of expeditions is that she is an occult scholar. So she loves finding things that could possibly have magical properties that can incorporate with ancient sort of magic items that they found while digging and traveling on sites. So I will say, with the resting bitch face that is usually on Elvira's face as she sees these stones getting bigger and bigger, you see kind of like this, it looks like it's strained, but you can tell that she's genuinely excited. The best thing I can describe it is like a Wednesday Addams smile. She's just kind of like, and as like they are rolling up on this, and she goes, "Oh, I fucking love the look of this," and is just she looks excited. And it's very, very rare that her facial expressions even really change to begin with.
All right. Big question, guys. What do I paint on the top of this thing? Do I paint? What is our name for it? Do we call it? I got a couple. Okay.
Okay.
A couple. How about Eldritch Evisceration?
Oh my god!
Or wait for it. the Miasmic Maelstrom. Those are both
I feel like
those are metal.
the second one sounds like a bronchial disease.
I was about to say it did sound kind of like.
Wait, I can come up with more.
Sounds like
I can come up with more.
I didn't take Mucinex for.
Abyssal obliteration. No? Okay. I can keep going. Keep going.
But
Harbingers of Havoc.
is there any like place to
I'll just
like
go with the first one.
safe to like park, or is there any that's not parallel parking
I was
preferably?
gonna say you have to parallel park over there by those trees.
Is there I could parallel park, just parallel park it with a trailer? Fuck that bullshit.
I was going with
She might have Geos go in and do, like parallel park the trailer. But, anyway, is there a place that seems safe, or does it seem like this is being occupied by anybody? Or if like, is there any weird little creatures that like maybe possibly could have a rock monster that they feed people to?
I too have seen
Rig
Galaxy
neck.
Quest. Roll a perception check.
Rignac.
Do I have inspiration for the Galaxy Quest drifting?
Yeah.
What check was it again? Investigation.
Perception.
Perception. Oh, actually, I'm very happy I got that. Oh yeah, I'm very happy I got that because it was in that one.
Matt,
Okay.
so
Okay, that's a
You
12 plus 1 for 13.
All right. The
passive
13.
perception is 20 at all times, just so you know.
Well, there is a difference between what I will tell you on a passive perception and an active perception. Looking around with a 13, Elvira, from the cockpit, you kind of look around one way to the other. Nothing seems out of the ordinary. That also being said, the atom is very large and loud. So, I mean, you don't really encounter too much like small shit because let's face it, you're too big game. The things that do mess with you are, like close to your size, and they're just hyper aggressive. But it's not been anything that really can even get through your armor plating, let alone actually damage the atom itself. So looking around, doesn't seem to be any threats.
Okay.
It appears that the challenge is going to be harvesting the magicite.
So does she find like a nice little place to park, and like she scoodles the little?
Well, you're gonna have to back it up. Like, we gotta unhitch the trailer, and then we gotta back it up so we can jackhammer the shit out of some stuff.
Okay, how about this? Aren't you supposed to be big strong boy? And why can't you just back it up yourself, mister?
Because you're fucking sitting in the pilot seat.
Whoops a daisy.
Does anyone have a pickaxe?
Well, the pickaxe will come after I break some shit.
Jesus
Well, I would
Christ,
like to break shit as well. So does anyone
gonna-
have a pickaxe?
I'm gonna break your fucking jaw if you do not shut up. Okay, so
Oh boy!
Doing a lot of talking and not a lot of moving.
Elvira's still driving. It's just,
That
it
was
sounds like
beautiful.
they're now fighting in the back seat.
So
I will turn this.
regardless of how long it takes or who ends up doing it, you do get your external storage unit set up in what you believe is an advantageous position, and the atom itself ready to start harvesting the magicite. So I know that Elvira pilots where the atom goes. I know that Nesta and Kadiho are manning the laser turrets, and that Geos is manning the Gauss cannon.
Gloss.
Who, pray tell, is manning the excavator and the jackhammer?
I
I
would
call it
say
jackhammer. Jackhammer.
because the excavator is on the front of the thing, isn't it?
I don't know. You guys
Like-
tell me how it looks.
Just like the big bucket.
You guys tell me.
That's what
What
I
makes sense?
is, and on the back of it would be the big like opposite. I see it kind of cannon this way, jackhammer that way, type thing. So like, whichever way
The
the
whole
cannon
thing
is,
just spins around and
Yeah.
now it's jackhammer.
yeah. So if Nesta really
Like a
wanted to
Swiss
drop
Army tank.
to man the jackhammer, Geos would kind of like get out and look a little sad, but be like, yeah, all right, fine.
Do you guys think you need to let Nesta take the jackhammer, or she's gonna have a fit and try to fight one of us at dinner again?
Yeah, I don't fucking care. Fine.
Just let her take the damn jackhammer.
I'm letting her. Out of the fucking tank, woman.
Good lion
Why do
boy.
you have
Now
to raise your
go
voice
do
up?
whatever you want to do.
Alrighty. We will start with the jackhammer, which
Are there
has
little rocks
the
around?
what?
Are there like little rocks around?
Oh yeah, you can just like
I
pick
would
up
like
little
to
bits
throw
here and
them
there.
at Elvira as she's like just sitting there. I'm just like taking them and just like, and then
Oh,
totally trying to make it look like I'm not doing anything. Like,
roll the hit. Roll the hit.
Elvira, you're in the atom. You
I'm
technically
trying
have
to-
total cover.
I'm trying to shoot it in the little window.
Okay.
Well, what am I? What?
You called it a little window. I'm giving you disadvantage on this. This is an improvised weapon attack, so this would be strength.
Okay. So not 19, but that it would be. That's a 16 plus my strength.
Just your strength, not proficiency.
Yeah. That's plus 4.
So 19.
All right. So you make it through. Can I make a acrobatics check to catch it?
I'll call it a sleight of hand, not acrobatics.
Sleight of hand. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Actually,
can I roll a performance check to make it look like I wasn't doing anything?
so that'll be a 15 plus 5 for a dirty 20.
Yeah, you kind of catch it out of the corner of your eye that something's flying in and just manage to get your hand up to catch it. And when you turn over, this is the last of this shenanigan. Geo, you can make
And
a
I
performance check to
appreciate
see if it looks like you don't.
That's a nat 20 for a performance check.
Okay, so I'm just going to say you can't crit on skill checks, but
No, but still, it's still a 20. That's pretty
Elvira, I will say in this moment that even though Geo looks at there, it looks like there is no way that Geo could have thrown that at you. There isn't anybody else around.
Yeah,
Everybody else is fucking working.
Yeah, that's why you literally you see just Elvira just like turn her like ice cold gaze to Geos as he sees like a spark of radiant energy coming from her hands as she casts Sacred Flame on this rock, turning it to dust and just like releases it from her hands.
Hang on.
Oh no!
You just started the tank on fire, is what you did.
Can I do a contain Sacred Flame?
Okay. You lucked out. The rock that was thrown was not magicite.
Oh, yeah, that would have been great. That would have been so good.
Thing is, okay, if it was magicite, Elvira would have known if it was magicite. Like if it was just
so
a
long
normal...
as you were paying attention.
Yeah.
It's a glowing turquoise rock. And you know that because this thing runs on this stuff, charging it with radiant energy, bad idea.
In a contained environment?
I will say the
Yeah.
rock just turns to dust. She just like lets the crumble of it fall out of her hand, and she just kind of turns to Geos and goes,
This was almost a very short one shot. Here I was just trying to say, all right, this is the end of the shenanigans, and then Nesta can use
This
this
is the end of the
jackhammer
episode.
that she's been so patient for, and then you just blow up the tank.
Yes. Patient. I'm not entirely that patient with the fact that I want to traumatize you. This is going to be fun.
All right, Nesda, despite the tomfoolery around you, you know what's going on. Elvira did position you right up against a very large, we'll say probably like 20 feet tall and like, probably taking up a square on the board of about 25 feet. Just this, what do they call like a large basically geode of magicite. And you are aiming the jackhammer right at it. You know that you can't exactly take this whole thing with you. Got to break it down. So I will have you. You can't exactly miss this. So actually, wait. You're going to roll an attack roll first off because this is important. And your attack roll is going to be 1d20 plus. Let's see, 26, so 5, 6. 1 plus 3. So yes, it's going to be 1d20 plus 11.
18.
18. Beautiful. Rocking and rolling on it. Oh, 18 plus 11. Oh,
Yeah.
I get it. Whew. I thought that was the total. I was like, okay, that's fine.
No.
Oh, this is way better. 29.
29.
That's fantastic.
Let her rip,
Um,
Nesta.
So here's the fun part. You now get to roll 3d10. You get to add 8 to it. And then you get to double the whole thing because the Demolisher feature of the jackhammer means that it deals double damage to structures.
Which one's the D10 again? I'm so bad at
It's
this.
it. I don't even have one out.
More
I'm feeling-
cowbell!
Little spinny top looking. Of course, I grabbed one that's impossible to see.
Grab
That
one that
one?
has a mouse in it. Yes, that one, but not the one that has the 2 digits on it.
Oh, so then this one.
Yeah.
I'm rolling it how many times?
3.
Okay. 4. 9. That's not 9. 9 is on the bottom. And 7. So 4, 9, and 7, which is
20
20.
total.
Thank you.
And then you add 8 to it. So 28.
28.
Doubled is quick math. 56 points of damage to this structure. After a brief moment, you do start to see the spiderweb cracks in it. And eventually, a large chunk of it does break off and fall to the ground. And you are able to, pulverize this down to a more manageable size. Who is doing the excavator?
Well, that's on the front of it, so I would figure that the way that would go would be that we would break it down and then Elvira would have to turn it around and
Beep, beep.
You're just gonna do a big, massive, like we're gonna break a fuck ton of this shit, and then we're gonna scoop it all up.
Time-wise, that would be more effective because you would only have to move the truck. Like you'd have to move it a lot less.
But would it cause it to be more dangerous if any of these crystals are like cracking together? Any of these magically powered crystals? We don't know exactly. I guess if you're excavating,
Can we put up wards?
no.
So here's the thing: the excavator was designed to extract this mineral, so it actually is pre-warded, I guess you could say, that it doesn't strike in a way that would cause friction to magicite. So there's no chance that using the excavator to recover this that you will cause any sort of adverse reactions.
So Matt, you're telling me that this tank is completely covered by a warranty. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go sit very bad, Taylor.
Yeah! You know what, Taylor? That was good enough. I will tell you. For Morella, you can give yourself inspiration on her because I love that so much. I'd like to talk to you about your tank's extended warranty.
Matt, it looked like you had to like restart for a second.
Wisdom save. Wisdom saving throw for all of you.
Victor, I failed. Yep, there it is. There it is. Beautiful.
That was great.
Anyway. You know what? Just for that, Taylor, Elvira, as you are maneuvering to get into place, you feel a sort of pinging at the back of your skull.
Ring, ring. Hello? God, is
We've
this
been
you?
trying to teach you about your tank's extended warranty.
You just, like, you would literally hear from the front just.
I love how no matter what character Taylor plays, that is part of it. The primal scream of aggravation.
Federal scream, yeah.
Every single character that Taylor has played has done this.
This is how Elvira speaks Abyssal instead of Draconic.
Goodness gracious. So, let's get some more Magicite on the ground. Nesta, go ahead, give me another attack roll.
Why did I lose it?
So on an attack roll, you can't give like a.
I'm sorry you broke up. I didn't hear what you said.
Said there's nothing that I could do to like help.
Can we give
Like,
guidance?
I was gonna say
Guidance
like,
not on an attack roll, but and this isn't something where advantage would really help because it's not really a high DC. This is a little bit of a how good are you doing
got it.
Okay, so that's 17 plus 11, right?
for 28. So we'll say that just the jackhammer rotating back or pulsing back and forth, it does shake the entirety of the tank. And as somebody who has done like landscaping, working with weed whackers, anything like that, you get a machine that just like does the same thing over and over again, that repeated motion, the vibrations tend to get to you. So that's why it's a little bit lower, just a hair, but you are still working highly effectively. Go ahead, roll that damage again. 3d10 plus 8, all doubled.
Okay, well, as I do this, 9, 3,
12.
and another 9.
So that is 21 plus 8 for 29.
Again.
Times 2 would be 58. Oh, you had 26 last time, I thought.
Okay.
So,
So
must be hitting in a better spot because there's an awful lot of tonnage on the ground of Magicite. And again, there's just the sheer none of you have seen this much Magicite in one place. It's kind of insanity. If you were to fill up the fuel tank for this large fuel tank that powers your atom for 14 days, the amount that you have already extracted, you could fill 5 of these tanks.
Damn.
It's insanity. So,
okay, so this is like she's breaking it apart then, or is she just pulling the pieces off right here?
a little
It's
bit
a
of both.
jackhammer.
So,
You're
like,
just-
yeah, so like you'll break a big chunk off, break it down even more, just so that it's more manageable for the excavator to actually get into the storage.
So
So
as
you-
they're breaking stuff up, is there a spot that I can get to kind of like look for if we are waking up any rock monsters that want to eat us?
because Nesta's like focused. She's not paying
Yeah.
attention to that. She's like her brain is here and it's like destroy everything.
Elvira's busy trying to make sure everything's lined up properly, just kind of probably casually talking with Nesta
And-
here and there, just like
I was gonna say
"Help
I'd
out!"
probably call out I don't K. I don't remember how.
Hey,
Get
Diho,
Huh?
¿Qué dijo?
Yeah.
remember
Hey, K, can you comment? Like, I let's look for something to kill or that wants to kill us. I need, yeah. Get out of the
So-
box.
Aren't you in the excavator though?
Huh?
Aren't you in the excavator though?
No, I'm out. I'm standing outside of it. I was
Yeah,
like
I know.
getting the trailer set up to take all the magicite and everything, and now I'm just
Hey,
chucking
Diho, I
shit,
believe Geos is
constantly
trying
checking
to say
shit
to
at
go outside
Elvira.
to make sure nothing's trying to kill us while we're excavating.
God forbid that happens.
Well, if it does, then I will have more souls to give to the gods, and it would be fantastic.
Fucking bored.
So that being
This
said-
would be a lot of fun.
We're here to get paid, not to have fun. And Elvira's gonna just turn up her metal music.
This
love
makes
this.
Nesta crack a small, very small smile that only Elvira sees.
I love this so much because like it's speaking to every like job that I've had where it's just like turn the music up, don't think about anything, and just work through it.
Every day.
Just- and oh look, it's quitting time. So
2, 4, 6, 8. Time to disassociate.
basically, that being said, to the boys, while the ladies do the heavy lifting, you guys outside the tank, Gio, you talked about trying to get a better look at the area to see if there are, in fact, any rock monsters waking up. Kediho, what would you like to occupy your time with while the excavating is happening?
Since like everything has been really loud, I want to get away from like all the noise and everything. I wanted to like go ahead of Gyro and like kind of like get some height, some time to think with all this loud yelling and everything. But since I don't want to leave the other two alone doing the work, can I cast alarm on Lily's excavator thingy? Or was it jackhammer? Like it's the machine, right? Or is it like an item?
So the
'Cause I could just
jackhammer
cast
is
it on my window because I want to jump out my window,
I think it's part of the
and I'll just cast alarm on my.
I was gonna say the
my
jackhammer
window.
is definitely integrated into the atom.
All right, I'll just cast
You just boop the atom.
alarm on my window. As
Okay.
I,
Yeah, you
get
could
out.
probably cast it around the entire atom, couldn't you?
It's technically like a space, isn't it? Like it's kind of like an extension of your home, like a car.
Yeah, but I can choose a window, door, or
Yeah.
like I can choose an area, but if it doesn't matter if I pick the whole thing or the door, since it's the same thing, I still get like the area
area.
for it. Yeah.
Sweet.
Man, so we even have a security warranty on this as well. I love it.
I'm
We're
just the
so
picture
careful.
of Dano like getting out and like just like snapping his fingers, and you hear that beep beep. Like,
I was about to say.
Alarm activated.
Alrighty. Okay.
Real quick. Oh, sorry.
and for what it's worth,
I have,
Matt,
like,
I do have a
tiny-
maul of warning.
Hang on.
To have like
That's
a
what were you saying?
tiny, like
Yeah, but we're
to
gonna
have
have
like
to
a
leave.
tiny little thing with Elvira, since she's right there. That as like the jackhammer's going, and so like she's like this, however the machine works, but the vibrations are like taking it. Nessa starts to kind of kind of laugh a little, like if her brain is like if she's having a memory, she's having a small like thought, like she's having a happy thought, and she starts to kind of like. And when she turns to Elvira to tell her, hey, like, do you remember when we went somewhere? But as she looks at her, she has a moment of seeing her burst into a room. And then she kind of shakes, but only Elvira sees it. Like instead of seeing you, she sees you at a different point in time. Like a memory of you.
Aw. Oh, I love that.
And like I said, since you guys are the ones that saved her, you immediately know, or at least you catch it. It's up to you how you want to react to it, but you catch it.
So remember like back during that memory of when they found when we found you?
Yeah, what like you would have burst into the door. Like everybody burst into the room and found it, kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
And like so she turns to tell you the happy thing and then sees you. And then only sees that version of you. And it reminds her.
Elvira just kind of turns and looks at Nesta and she goes, you still here, darling? I do not know why I went Ivara for a minute. God damn it. She's just going to look at Nesta. Just goes, are you still here, darling?
Yeah. I'm here.
Make sure you don't stray on that excavator. The last thing we need is Gyro complaining about how we run the machinery.
The last thing we need is him complaining about anything.
Trust me. And then again, you just hear beep, beep, beep as she like starts backing it up with the excavator into the new spot.
Beautiful. So, having maneuvered to the next spot, the Geo and Kidiho leaving to sort of patrol the area in their own ways. I'll have the two of you make perception checks just to kind of see if there's anything that you guys can spot.
Come on, Boy Scouts, let's go.
Question.
Uh-huh.
These big crystals, would I know enough about them to know, like, if I were to climb on them, like, are they dangerous to be touching that way? Or are they, like, volatile to the point where I shouldn't be doing that?
I love how you're concerned about this now as you were aimlessly throwing rocks at Elvira, but whatever.
Yeah. Would have hurt you a lot worse than it would have hurt me.
Yeah, you could, due to their size, yeah, there shouldn't be any issues with you.
Okay.
Potentially climbing on them or whatever the case may be. Everything should be fine with that. Just mind your claws.
I was just gonna say, like, digging the claws into it, probably bad. Okay. So yeah, I'd like to find the highest vantage point in the area that I can get to. That's where I would like to check out.
Yeah.
And taking the high point.
Okay.
If Kay's all right with that.
I would like to go to an area that's slightly higher than his, but like a foot.
Oh, God.
So really, our heads would be at the same spot.
Y'all are ridiculous, and I love it.
I just picture it like me looking around this way and then like turning around and just being like face to face.
Oh my God, how'd you get there?
Yeah. All right.
Oh shit, we gotta put a bell on you.
So perception, that is a 24 for me.
24. Got it. Alrighty.
Got a 14.
14. Alrighty. So Kidiho, you were more so like trying to get kind of away from all the stuff. So you kind of have a wider range of what you're looking at. Nothing really seems out of the ordinary. You see a couple pieces of wildlife, some bestial-looking creatures moving in a small pack of like maybe 5 or 7 that are, couple 100 feet away. But one of them, slightly larger towards the back of the group, kind of looks not at you, but in the direction of you and the Atom and everybody else, and seems to corral the rest of the pack away from you guys. Nothing else really seems to stand out. There's some very interesting foliage around, and I will say that as the sun is going down, it is starting to get a little cloudy around. I think it might rain. Geo, your perception decidedly higher, and focused more around the immediate area. No rock monsters that are, burrowing up from the ground or anything like that. But looking around, you do see that, like, as the excavation is happening, the jackhammer, reducing these large crystals to rubble, bringing everything down to a smaller, more manageable size. The ground around the Magicite is not in a alarming way, but it is cracking a bit. And with such a high perception, around these crystals, which I described as a turquoise color, the ground in this area is kind of sort of like a brick red. The color is dimming.
Would I, being proficient with nature, have any kind of a... I'm guessing... Well, no, I take that back, because I'm guessing this isn't natural.
You tell me what you want to roll and what you're trying to find out.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to figure out if I can deduce if that's, like, a bad thing, if we need to, like, be moving to a different source and not just hitting this one spot so much. Like,
well, you guys are moving around, but it just seems like whenever you guys are sort of breaking down one of these large crystals of magicite, that during the whole process, the sort of reddish color gets a little more dull, a little more drab. It's not a vibrant brick red anymore.
so can you can tell me if I can make any kind of a roll for this, but, like, is there any roll that I can make to try to deduce? Are we hurting, like, drastically hurting the land in this area? Like,
Excavating always hurts the
well,
environment.
yes,
Brian.
it does always hurt the land. I get that. Thank you, Taylor.
I think
But,
he means
like,
more is it attached to something that could maybe move?
Yeah, like, are we hurting the land, or are we hurting something that isn't land?
I saw
Again.
there was a turtle island.
It's one play that I saw where this little dude had to go around to all these different nations and learn how to, like, work with the elements. And then, yeah, like, at the end, there's this big turtle. It was like an island. It was crazy. One of the best plays ever.
Lily, were you referencing Aladdin and the 40 Thieves?
I indeed was.
I think that you're the only other person I've met who's seen that.
Huh?
Nobody else. I talked about the movie. And people are like, I don't know what that
40
is.
Thieves, but that was a long ass time ago. Like, I felt like that was a
I fucking
fever
loved
dream.
that movie.
That's when he's
It's my
found his
favorite
dad,
Aladdin
wasn't
movie.
it?
Yes, and I have a plethora of daddy issues. That is my favorite Aladdin movie.
Oh shit! What is this?
That's not a sexy daddy. isn't it?
Plethora
That's not
of
issues.
daddy
Those are daddy issues.
Is a
Oh, no.
really good statement.
Look, okay, both Lily and I adore morally gray characters, and we're both attracted to Kovu from freaking Lion King's fucking Lion King.
No,
2.
it's freaking facts. Freaking facts.
It is ingrained in my brain. It changed my brain chemistry.
I still think that they had a better love song than Simba and Nala. Way back.
Oh,
in my
totally.
opinion.
But also on top of that, like it was Lion King 2 in 2001 Van Helsing or 2004 Van Helsing. That's what started it all.
All
Are
right.
you
And also possibly the Griffin from Quest for Camelot.
I have
Before we go, this is a whole TBD Talks episode. So, alrighty. Again, so backing up here to try to answer Chief's question. There's a lot of different ways that you could go about trying to figure out the answer to this as far as rolling a skill check. So whatever you feel like you got the best chance with, give it a go, and I will frame the answer depending on what skill you choose and how well you roll.
All right, I'm gonna go with nature then, because that is something in which I am. Well, yeah, it's the same as survival, so yeah, I'll go with it.
Alrighty.
Yasha, help me. Okay, that is a 17 plus 5.
22.
22.
With nature.
Yeah.
So you're no artificer, you're no wizard, you're no researcher. You're just the guy that they call when they need a big thing moved. You're also the guy that they call if they don't want to be disturbed by anybody, and they don't want anybody to get through a particular door. In this case, you are the guy that they decided was the perfect fit to get this machine through the wilderness safely, and if anything threatens it, that you can take care of it. You're not the researcher, so you've overheard a few things, and something about, magicite is potentially, or it's theorized to be a physical manifestation of the Aether. In the world of Aetheria, the Aether is akin to the weave in Forgotten Realms.
Okay.
It's the magical essence that flows through all things. Given the world a heartbeat, use the Aether, Luke, if you will.
I was gonna say, I am one with the Aether, and the Aether is one with me.
There you go. So you try to think about what could be causing this, and to the point that was made earlier, whatever you really take from the land, it's not exactly a gentle process.
So, how full is our trailer?
0 yet, because you guys are still breaking everything apart.
Okay. I think we got a pretty good, are we just getting started on it, or are we?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'd say with everything that Lily has rolled, you guys have been working maybe 2 hours at this point.
All right.
How much have you gotten at this point?
Hang on. Let me see if I can't find an answer to that question, because I want to know how much this thing can hold. Passenger compartment. Storage. That's not what I want. I want external. Is the word that you guys used, huh?
So we got whatever storage the Atom has in it, plus an extra trailer.
Mm-hmm. Yada, yada, yada. Apologies. I'm just trying to see if it put a amount on it, like how much it can hold.
I thought it did, but I think it was in the actual PDF and not on the pictures that you sent.
Are you looking to see how much we would have within that hour in those jars?
Oh, he's looking to see the capacity of our thing, I think. How much can we haul?
External storage trailer. Oh, it's a special, so I would have to see it in the PDF. Regardless, I would just say, like, in general, as far as your storage is concerned, you have enough currently to fill it probably about 40%.
All right.
Oh, close to halfway.
So
Yeah.
at that point, I would kind of. Am I close enough to the excavator to like jump down onto it, or am I kind of far away from it?
Yeah, you can get over there.
Okay, so I totally want to jump on it, like landing like right in front of the viewport where Elvira looks out, like intentionally to try to scare the shit out of her a little bit.
Okay.
Yep. So, do you need me to make any rolls for that, or do I just get to do it?
Wait,
Up to
real
Taylor.
quick question. How close is the excavator where I'm at to the window that Elvira's at?
Not.
I mean, technically, because your mount, where you said that both the Gauss cannon and the what's it called, the jackhammer was basically the same thing. So she'd just be rotated from where you were, and you just kind of looked down and flipped Elvira off when you were in there. So,
I was riding on the cannon, but yeah.
Eh,
All right, so
close enough.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So whether or not you need to roll something, that'll be up to Taylor, or she can just say that she gets scared or is a boss ass bitch and doesn't give a shit.
I will say Elvira is probably one of those people you cannot scare easily whatsoever. Like, her reaction would probably just be cast thaumaturgy, like have her eyes go black and just turn and just go, "I will eat your soul," and then just turn back, like just like a little Nicky sort of thing. Like it is very hard. It is very hard to scare Elvira.
Are there boobs on my head? Big ones. Sorry.
But yeah, I would say Elvira does not scare easily. If you want to do rollies for it, we can, but
I'm not. It's really just more of an amusement thing. I wouldn't. I wouldn't really care. It's really just to get your attention.
Elvira, pretty much like the only person she probably would have a civil conversation with would be Nesta, and probably Kdiho, just because like he seems like a chill motherfucker. Gyro fucking annoys the shit out of her.
Yep. Well, not here to make friends. Here to beat shit up. So now I would get down there and I'd be like, I think we should move to not here. We should. Yeah.
Well, where is not here?
To some of the other places where this place is, like,
Well,
just
what,
I think.
Giles, what is the problem with here in the first place?
Thank you for getting my name right that time. Why, like, I feel I get bad vibes that we're doing like too much damage in one spot. So maybe we just pick and move a little bit.
What brought you to that conclusion? We're excavating from magic material from the earth. It's going to cause damage just like anything else does.
What is he talking about?
Yeah, but maybe we try to like minimize the damage a little bit. Like,
The Lion
Yeah.
Man is talking about bad vibes and how we should move.
being nice to the fucking planet is not that fucking bad. Jesus Christ.
Well, if we move, that means this would take longer. If we stay where we are, we out here quicker. We're gonna do the same amount of damage to the land here as we are there.
Yeah, but the thing is like it's like less vibrantly red over here. And I am afraid that if it gets like not red at all, that bad shit will happen. So
Question, Matt. Upon Jaro's explaining this, now with Elvira being an occult scholar and like going out to like excavation sites of all different kinds, probably, would she have any sort of any idea of the magical property of what is happening by what he described of color fading from the land?
You can roll a check about it
What do you want me to roll, Arcana?
if that's what you feel comfortable rolling.
Let me take a look. See here. Yeah, I'll do Arcana.
Okay.
Okay, that's going to be a 10 plus 6 for a 16. Actually, guidance. Guidance. I don't.
There you go. Now
There
you're
you
Player
go.
King.
That's a plus 4 for 16 plus 4 for a dirty girl 20. Yeah.
With you trying to think about how this is, this is supposed to be solidified aether, and aether kind of flowing through all the things of the world, taking it from the earth. Yeah, it's gonna do some proverbial damage. It's gonna be not the how do I want to describe this? You're
sapping life from the earth?
in a way, you're going to leave a scar.
All right. Upon like Elvira kind of hearing like the color fading from the stone, you see her just kind of tapping on the wheel a little bit. She goes, well, this kind of excavation does bring damage to the land. Are there any sort of structural damage that we should worry about? Like, do we have any risk of a landslide or a cave-in of any sort?
It's fucking cracking, but you're fracking the earth. Of course, it's gonna happen. But I'm just saying.
Cracking.
Maybe we be like not just concentrating it all right here. That's all I'm saying.
How much
Will.
have we excavated, Nesta? Do you know?
I've been at this for about 2 hours.
All right.
It looks like a lot, but maybe 40%.
All right. Well, how about this? We load up what we can and what we've excavated so far, and then we can move on to the next site. As much as I hate it, I would rather us take a little bit longer than risk completely devastating the land, and try to at least spread the damage out as least we can.
I will do what you say. As long as I get to continue to use the jackhammer.
Of course, Nesta. Absolutely. Geos, do you know where Kadiho is?
He's up there.
Probably
Good
Well,
answer.
talking about.
do you think you could relay to Kadiho to scout ahead and see if you guys can find the next spot for us? And we will. What is like? What direction would it be? North, south, east, like east or west or whatever?
Weast?
East? I thought you said west. But what would be like the direction that would be forward? Would it be south, north?
We're far south on the.
More south is deeper into the wastes. You guys
Okay.
came from the north as a generalization.
Okay. So Elvira will again just turn to Geos, being like, "Can you two maybe scout ahead of a little bit further down south? Maybe find us another foundation that we can set at. Hopefully, a place where the land doesn't seem as deteriorated."
Yeah, all right. And I will
Good kitty.
strong
And
boy
he's going
back
to-
up the crystal where I was and go up to Kay and be like, girls want us to scout ahead, find a new place to dig.
And while they're doing that, Elvira will start using the excavator and loading up the material. As kind of letting Nesta take a bit of a break if she wants to.
Nesta, who is indeed now no longer using the jackhammer, is once again kind of staring off, playing with her dice, trying to stay a little focused on what's happening. She's annoyed that this is going to take longer because she wanted the money. She's anxious to get the money and get out.
Okay. You guys are starting to pack up a bit, bringing everybody closer. You take the time to use the excavator to actually load up what you have. It takes probably another half hour to actually get it loaded. But you start moving to the next site. Geo, you consult the map that you were given for a secondary site. Give me a survival check.
Survival. I can do that. That is a 16 plus 5.
21.
21. Yep.
So you're starting to realize why this was the site that you were suggested. The other sites that you're looking at, not nearly as big, a little harder to get to, potentially a little bit more danger along the way. And you're starting to see that sort of, how should I put it? That sort of moral quandary between going back to where things were convenient or moving to what's going to be a pain in the ass to get to, but another spot with potentially less yield.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bullshit getting there, but I still feel better about not fucking this one place up too bad.
Okay.
So, let's go.
Alrighty. So, for that, I'm just going to have our pilot, Elvira, make a dexterity check. That's what we're going to do.
So just like a dex save or a dex check?
Just dex checks.
Alright.
So, d20 plus your dexterity modifier.
Fuck yeah. Will be a 9 plus 5 for 14 guidance. Plus 3 for a 17.
17. Okay. The fuck? Sorry. 17. You navigate the area pretty well. I'll say that the cost of this is time. And the method of which I will be giving this to you, you have to spend an additional half hour, as there was a unforeseen piece of the land that would be akin to quicksand, so it just looked normal. Being in an atom, it's not like you're sinking forever, but you sunk in enough that you had to do a little bit of finagling to get yourself out, and it cost you about half an hour. So the sun's getting lower in the sky, but it's also being blocked out by those storm clouds that Kadiho saw, which are growing more and more.
I will say Elvira will, especially seeing these storm clouds coming on, and I'm pretty sure Geos probably would have mentioned the weather. I would hope he would mention the weather. But if it's very obvious that upon seeing these storm clouds, Elvira would put in the effort to try and make sure that the vehicle and the cargo trailer was on as high ground as possible, to prevent any flooding if we have any storms or rains coming in.
Okay.
Just kind of avoiding any ditch areas that that any sort of water could collect to prevent the vehicle from moving any further, etc. One thing she would also just try and make sure that, like, just avoiding loose dirt in general if she can. She doesn't
Okay.
want to end up in a muddy place and not be able to move. And I would say these would be things that she would think about, considering that, like, she's been to a lot of excavation sites. Weather is always an unpredictable thing. So, yeah.
Alrighty. So you make it to the next area, and instead of it being these massive crystalline structures, it's now like maybe 5 or 6 feet tall, sort of stalagmites of crystal, or smaller. That, I mean, I'm sorry, Nesta, but the jackhammer just might be overkill taking these things down.
Means you'll get to smash things.
Smash things.
I need a hammer or a jackhammer, whichever you have. Or not jackhammer, a pickaxe. Thank you.
What's her strength score?
Oh, it's just a 10. But she's not strong, remember. Nesta is a sorcerer. She's usually using her magic. She's just...
So if I handed her my maul that is a giant wrench thing, would it just be one of those things where she takes it just like...
Well, I don't think that she's proficient in martial weapons anyway. So it's not really a strength issue. It's a training issue. Like, yeah, anybody can swing a big hammer, but to be trained to use it to kill somebody, that's a little bit different.
Yeah, but she doesn't want to kill anybody. She just wants to hit shit.
Yeah, so rolling with no bonus is probably fine.
Just let her have the rage room moment.
Hell yeah. If
Where
that's
am
how
I
you guys want to go about
Where I
this.
was going with it was that it seemed kind of cathartic for her, so...
Yes, very much so.
And Geo understands catharsis, so...
What am I rolling?
Here's a weapon. Good crime.
So you don't have a strength
like, here's my
modifier.
hammer. Good luck.
You also don't have proficiency with this, so it's going to be a straight D20 roll.
To just, like, hit it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Nesta's actually smiling now. Very excited. She looks over to Elvira and she kind of like waves it like, I'm ready.
Like Elvira for like you just kind of see like a very like just straight bitch face, just
And it's a 19. Not 20, but it's
Beautiful.
19.
Beautiful. So go ahead, roll me 2d6s.
That is the square, right?
can Elvira just kind of take her warhammer, start whacking pieces off.
That'll be next.
3 and 6,
Yeah.
so 9.
9. Perfect. You are, these being sort of bite-sized pieces compared to what you were hitting with the jackhammer. Yeah, you're able to start breaking these down a little bit. It is cathartic, and you just can't help but, as you're winding up for the next swing, you see a face right before you hit, and then when you go to hit again, another person's face. Just a lot of faces that you have up here that look better in pieces.
Pieces. So she's just kind of going at it, and that's exactly what I was going to say to you. Just whacking, and the only sound she's really making is kind of like this heavy breath, not a yell, not a scream, not like a name, just like this heavy breath, almost like she's gearing up for a scream.
Elvira's just watching, just like.
Now, Elvira, you can try. Go ahead, make an attack roll.
Elvira just kind of takes out like a big gothic black warhammer. It's got like intricate like cross and skull detail and a large rose in the center, with a skull protruding out the rose, almost kind of making it look like a veil of sorts over them. As she just kind of flips the hammer in her hands, she goes, "Oh, this is going to feel so nice." And she just raises her hand and starts swinging. And for that attack roll with her the hammer, that'll be a 19 plus 3 for a 22.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Go ahead, roll me. Looked like you were using 2 hands, so 1d10 and add your strength modifier.
1d10 and add my strength modifier. So that would be. Oh, I have a +0 in my strength modifier. So that'll be 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. Alrighty. So much the same. It's you're able to pick these pieces apart, break them down, get them into more manageable, more movable pieces. What are Gio and Dijo doing?
I'm just kind of like half paying attention to them whacking away their feelings, some bonding time, and I'm trying to look.
Girls' night.
Just trying to look at the area to see, because it was not only are the crystal size difference that I noticed, but like it's also like the environment around it looks a lot more dead because it's weaker, and I don't know, it's kind of creepy, but I'll probably just make an excuse to go and search if we're not attracting more attention. Or like, what is it? Gyros. If you don't mind, I would have to just check the area if we're attracting unwanted attention. I'll just kind of check on myself if you don't mind.
A little check-in therapy session with yourself.
Alrighty.
Smooth jazz.
Go ahead and give me that perception check.
Sending stone play free fall.
$16 I rolled.
16. The area around you, again, like, nothing really seems to be coming your way. And now you're starting to feel like it's not you that they're running from. You can't help in this moment looking up as the skies darken. You start to see arcing bits of lightning through the sky. You're not sure why a storm would kick up this quick.
Oh shit, that's not a storm, is it?
Well, it looks like we're going to be delayed a bit longer. Loves.
Do any of us see this, or is this only what Kodiko is seeing?
Being a ranger and hearing all kinds of
So it's not,
and myths.
for the rest of you, it's not that you don't see it, it's that he's the one taking notice of it. Like, you know, you ever been in a room and somebody all of a sudden just goes, "Wow, that's a really nice painting," and like it's been there the whole time. You're just like, "Oh yeah, that is a nice painting." It's now that sort of situation where Kitty Ho's kind of, it's getting pretty rough out here, guys. And you guys are, "Oh yeah, it kind of is getting rough out here."
So, question.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm staying close to my mall because she has it.
Mm-hmm.
And it is still a special mall of warning.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I'm attuned to it,
Mm-hmm.
it warns me of danger.
Mm-hmm.
Would she be singing to me at all?
Does it say anything in the description about when it's on your person?
Would it be singing to me?
No.
Is there a distance limit? Like how
It
far
does.
it picks it
So,
up?
okay.
I'll give this to you though. Nesta, that same thing as you're kind of wailing away on this magicite, where much like with the jackhammers, the vibrations kind of running through your hands, your wrists, your forearms. And so as you're swinging away over and over and over and over again, you get to a spot where you take a deep breath, you try to shake your hands out, because that reverberation just going through them. And when you grab what was described as a very large wrench again and pick it back up, it's still vibrating like you just hit the last piece of magicite.
The hell? Guys,
What does it nest?
why is it still shaking?
Upon hearing that, like, Gio's head would just kind of like snap up and like look over, and he will like make a beeline, kind of shoving Elvira out of the way a little bit, and like kind of take it not so forcefully, because like
Rude.
he recognizes certain looks that you make. They remind him a little bit of some stuff that happened in his past as well. So he sits there and just kind of like waits for you to let it go. But it's kind of like, and then kind of takes it, and you see him just kind of like almost petting it, like, "What is it, baby? What do you got to tell me?"
Whisper to me.
Almost immediately after your hands touch the cool metal, she's singing.
La 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 la.
And so at that point, I will just kind of to everybody loud enough so Kay can hear me too. Like, we need to get in the atom. That would be a good idea. Something's coming.
All right, you guys, let's load up.
Kadiho! Fucking double time, let's go!
As I will say, Elvira, as soon as she started hearing Geo's fucking like wrench go off, she knows exactly what that means as well, considering like she's very accustomed to magic items. So yeah, she's.
Well, that's the thing. It sings to Geo.
Oh, so we can't hear it.
Uh-huh.
It was just like vibrating.
Do we know that it is a wrench of warning?
I love that. But I mean, you would like you've
Wrench
probably
of
seen him
warning.
before. Just in this journey, you know, there've been times where like he's told you like something's coming, and I'll say that he probably doesn't look this upset.
Okay, so I will say, like, even though Elvira, like, sometimes does not take Geos very seriously, considering the fact that his intuition seems to have always been right on past missions, like, it has never failed them once. Elvira, as soon as Geos is saying, we got to get the fuck in the atom, Elvira is like, yeah, okay, I hate you, but yeah, okay.
You guys start making a beeline for the atom.
And I actually, since Kidiko is not in the atom, he's a bit away. Can Nesta make the somewhat trauma response to run after him first to try to get him to safety?
I love trauma responses.
Okay.
So while Gaius and Elvira run for the atom, Nesta keeps running, and she just starts yelling out Kidiko's name. She hears Elvira call to her, and she just yells back. They're like, I have to go get him. He has to be safe. We all have to be safe.
Oh, god damn it. Fucking A. The squishy sorceress is... Ah! You see Elvira, like, because, like, Elvira and Nesta, like, I would say they probably have, like, a very, like, content kind of friendship. Like, they kind of understand each other in a weird sort of way. So you see Elvira just kind of, like, look at the atom, then watch Nesta run off, just... God fucking damn it! And she is gonna turn and just go, God damn it, Nesta! And just start chasing after Nesta.
So, as
She is
this
gonna
scene
talk
is
to
unfolding,
Geos though and be like, drive the damn car, follow. I'm gonna make sure nothing happens to Nesta.
Yeah,
well,
Geo is not going to do that. He's going to get the fucking turret. Fucking get that thing primed up. Because that thing can move when the tank's not in motion. So,
true.
Elvira's gonna make sure the squishy sorceress doesn't get herself hurt. So
I would say you guys would...
I would use action dash to like make sure I can catch up with her.
All
You
right.
guys would hear Geo like getting up in the turret and like doing whatever to activate it, and as this thing like hums to life, you just see him kind of like crack the big like sharp tooth smile and, hello, beautiful. Let's go.
How are you doing?
Exactly, like giving her a little pet, like, yeah.
The
Right,
Gauss
right,
cannon
baby girl.
comes to life.
Oh, she's purring.
Kadiho, you are watching as Nesta is running in your direction. Elvira, some ways behind, but also coming. And as you are making your way towards the atom, that cloud above you is swirling, coming downward. And Nesta, are you like reaching out to grab his hand and start pulling him back?
We can't hear you, darling.
You're muted.
You're muted, my
You're
dear.
muted.
Sorry.
This is beautiful.
Anything that
Sorry,
you
I'm
say.
sorry. I said right now, yes, she's reaching out to grab him because in her mind right now, her father might be behind what's happening. Like this might be yet another attempt. So she's trying to get to him before something happens.
I will say
So
once
she-
Nesta gets to Kadiho, Elvira will stay behind and is pretty much just going to be going to be following up, just like go, go, go. I'm holding up the rear. Fucking book it. And she is like she's gone in full bitch commander. Like she is fucking get your hustle on. Like for
You
full
all,
Ramsey.
So
up
yeah,
in the-
Nesta reaches and like half throws herself to like grab him. So almost like in a half hug because it's a little chaotic.
you all turn, beginning your sprint back to the atom as this swirling cloud is descending upon the ground, probably about 75 feet in front of where the atom is parked.
Smash.
And
Can I have
dust is kicking
him,
up
like,
from the
ready to
ground. You said that.
Okay.
Dust is kicking up from the ground. Some of the bits of the magicite that has been broken down making its way towards that area as well. And when this swirling mass gets about halfway to the ground, lightning strikes and doesn't stop. It's not a flash and then gone. It's a constant connection of plasma from the ground to the heavens. And you listen to the crackling of electricity as it arcs through the ground. You guys are running as fast as you can. Elvira, you said that you let Nesta and KDO go in front of you.
Yes, pretty much. Like she was gonna be holding up the rear in case anything was coming in from behind. She was going to be the one to take the brunt of it.
An unfortunate circumstance as it's now coming from the front, but still in front of the atom. Nesta, as you grasp the first handhold of the atom, you look up and you see it's not just the small particles of magicite, it is large pieces of the crystal getting pulled to this central position.
Fucking rock monster!
As you start to board, getting into your assigned seats, Elvira, are you the last one in?
Seatbelts, everybody!
Just as you're about to climb into the cockpit, you look forward as a form begins to take shape. The large pieces of magicite flaring with energy, as between them, arcing ever constantly, lightning coming together in a swirling mass and eventually taking on a bipedal form standing 40 feet tall. Large chunks of magicite at the end of its forelimbs and lightning where the eyes should be looking directly at you. And as it looks down, you hear a guttural, I can't fucking pronounce that word.
Guttural?
Right now. That one. Can't do it right now. Can't make the mouth do the thing. This roar that shakes the earth underneath you as it starts moving in your direction. We're rolling initiative right after this break.
Smash!
Yeah, there we
How's
go.
the
There's
smashing
the
rock
okay, see in attendance. And we are back. You, everybody,
From
for
the dead.
thank you, everybody, for being here this evening to take this little dive into Aetherian Prime. First real adventure that we've seen on To Be Diced in Aetheria Prime. It's only been mentioned. It's where all of the original characters that you know and love come from. All of these such characters you can find via our YouTube channel in all of our past episodes that are uploaded there. You can also find us here doing some other shows. Tomorrow night, Tales of Varden, featuring Claybeard, Chris Kinney, as our dungeon master for that adventure. You can also find us Tuesday night for Edge of the Empire with Sir Daddy Tarzan as the GM for that one, as we play Edge of the Fantasy Flight system for Star Wars. And finally, back here again next week for another Dimensional Dial One Shot Wednesday. Yeah, some other things going on. Big Chief, what do you got going on?
What do I got going on? I got a couple things going on. I am visiting here from the Clockwork Nexus, where I GM a couple games. One of which are every Monday. That is our Age of the Forsaken campaign, where you can find your lovely DM this evening, Matt, playing Chit McKenzie, and a bunch of shenanigans going on there. Last episode was great. But the bigger news, next Friday, we are starting our brand new pirate themed campaign, Golden Ghosts, where you can find the lovely Taylor playing Morella. And that is kicking off. That's going to be every other week. But yeah, next week, Friday, 6 p.m. Central, we are doing our first live stream episode of that. We are really excited about it. We've been doing we had like an RP chat channel and everything that's been going crazy. So like we are so primed for it. We're really excited.
It's gonna be one heck of an adventure on the seas.
It's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be
Ahoy, ye
great.
mateys!
Perfect. Alrighty. Anybody else have things going on that they'd like to mention?
For those who are familiar with the original characters of Dimensional Dial, I will be releasing some Xanthi backstory material soon, featuring a new back prosthetic that I have been working
It's
on
awesome.
for the
It
past
is so
month.
cool.
And
is
I am
so cool.
very excited to show it to you. You will know a little bit more about Xanthi's backstory at her time of the 13 years she spent in the laboratories, as well as the person who, or the monster who made her the way that she is, and the people she's met along the way. It's going to be great!
Surprise, I am not the monster in question. I just played him once. Anyway. Yeah. Anybody else? Lily.
Well, same thing as last time, that I have made 4 films that I have on my YouTube channel that I would just like to share with more people, because I'm really curious to see if I'm even any good at it. All of these have been written and directed, or at least co-directed by me. Only one was not edited by me, and I am in 3 of them, but not all of them. So,
Lily,
if you
they're
guys,
not good. They're great.
did you watch
You
them?
are. I
Hey,
watched
you're
part of
not
them.
you're not playing a tiger, you're playing a lion.
Sorry. I did start watching them at work the other day, and I thought that they were great.
Well, yeah, I want to do a watch through at some point, but I'll talk about that later. So yeah, I think my channel name is still Lady Lily on YouTube if you would like to check them out.
You're a lot of fun.
Beautiful. I will also just share, since it's a thing that I'm a part of. I on Friday will be recording. That is recording my first appearance on Winter's Tale's massive event, Castleton. which I think that'll get edited and then probably posted. I think 2 weeks later, but they're going through the rest of the story, which my character's story has been hinted at and everybody's excited for. Anyway, but they do their thing Saturdays 7 p.m. Eastern. If you are a fan of the Hunger Games and Bridgerton and Dungeons and Dragons, then you're absolutely gonna freaking love it.
I like it. I love it. I want some more of it, and I haven't even had a taste of it.
I will say that KJ started watching the first episode today and was giving me just like reactions as they were watching, and oh my god, just like the reactions going all the way through, like about each character and things that happen.
I am already imagining the screenshots of KJ's expressions.
I wish that I could see it. Unfortunately, it was just text, so I just have their verbiage, but goodness gracious. Alrighty. That being said, before we get back into this, we are going back into. Y'all are about to have it wasn't just a little passing thing because you guys were in a mech. This is called Aetherian Rim because you guys are about to fight a fucking kaiju using via Victor the Story Weaver sharing content with me that he purchased from D&D Shorts on YouTube with their whole expansion. Oh man, I can't remember the name of the whole thing. He shared it. It's right here. It doesn't say in there. Anyway, but yes, made by D&D Shorts. You can find it through all of his channels and stuff like that. But it is about battles with kaiju, and yeah. Oh, and furthermore, I can't share this on the stream because that would just... Yes, I can. I have the ability.
We have the
Share
power.
screen. We have
the power.
And my
So
axe.
not exactly how I described it, but this is how we gonna do.
Does it look like a street
this is
shark?
the way. It doesn't look like a street shark. That's for
Okay.
sure.
Fuck you!
Oh, smash. Smash.
Huh? Wait, it's that sound. That sound like the from Doctor Who. The like it's massive or something like that. It's like you're gonna fight it, aren't you? It's like,
Victor
like,
coming
regrettably-
through in the chat.
What do you mean it's
Victor coming
massive?
through. D&D
Like,
Shorts, Ryoko's
regrettably,
Guide to the
it's
Yokai
Okay.
Realms.
I have actually played part of that campaign with another GM, and it is a fantastic story, fantastic mechanics. I strongly suggest going and checking it out.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
So without further ado, you know what? Just because that's chilling there, I'm going to do this dimensional dial overlay, and you can stare at this monstrosity that Victor created. Thank you, Victor.
Thank you, Victor.
Thank you, Victor.
And
Thank
why
you,
don't we
Victor.
all roll some initiative?
Smash. As the cleric, I am probably going to be last.
As you guys are rolling, I will let y'all know. This is going to be using the alternate rule of side initiative because it just makes sense. With very few interruptions, this will be you guys going as you are controlling the atom together. And then it will be the kaiju taking its turn. But yeah, I need this. This is what I need. Perfect. Now I can take some things. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, oh, look at that. It's right down the list. So, Dio. Then it is Elvira. And then it is... Oh, I did that wrong. I said it was nice and easy, but y'all tricked me. Putting 2 things in the chat. And then finally, Nesta. Perfect. That being said, I will just roll to see how good the kaiju does. And you are over here. Alrighty. Makes sense to me. Let's get some fight music in here. Bang.
Ready? Wait.
Oh. So, that being said, this monster screaming back at you guys and heading up initiative. Geo.
Okay. Funnily enough, this is my first time playing a barbarian. I don't have to do like melee attacks to keep my rage going, right?
Is this your first time playing a barbarian?
I know, right? That's fucking crazy.
Out of all the freaking like hunky, muscly people you play, you've never played. Okay, whatever.
Never, not once. I believe in the power of the himbo being other stuff than the barbarian.
So
He has
making
been a monk.
attacks.
He has been a arcane archer, but he has never been a barbarian.
Making attacks will keep the rage going. However, ranged attacks do not benefit from rage.
No, but damage resistance does.
This
So-
is true. This is true.
I will say at that point, upon seeing this big beast coming up in front of me, you see kind of like the hair on Geo's back kind of stand up a little bit as he just starts like it starts as a laugh, but it kind of turns into his roar. As he is going to rage. And
Beautiful.
he is going to unleash a shot with the big Gauss cannon. Now reading the rules before this, I can shoot this thing as many attacks as I have, right?
So there is the rate of fire.
Yeah.
First of all, which I believe is 1.
Okay.
So that is how many times you get to fire this weapon with each of your attack actions.
Sweet.
So if you have extra attack like a level 5 barbarian would, you could fire this twice on your turn.
Okay. I will do that.
All right. Number 1.
Okay. Number 1 is a 17 plus whatever. What do we get for pluses? Do I add anything of mine or is it of the atoms?
This is a ranged weapon. So it would be your dexterity modifier and your proficiency bonus.
Okay, then that would be plus 7.
So 24, that does hit.
And actually the second one is a 17 as well. So both of them are 24.
Beautiful.
Okay. And this thing, looking at it, that is 3d12 each?
Yep.
That's fucking dope, is what that is. So 6d12 coming at you. Okay. So that's 24. 34 plus 8, that's 44. Plus
44?
2.
Plus 2.
Yeah, and I don't know if there's any more pluses to that or not. But
So 44 plus 2. Got it.
Yep.
Hang on as I track things because we're working with some mechanics that we've never done. Alrighty. So it takes these 2 shots, these Gauss cannon, 1 to each of the, it's vaguely humanoid in shape, to the sort of like pectoral regions, left and then the right, and it bellows out loud. roars again in your direction. Will that be all? That is an action and a bonus action, and you are mounted to a machine.
Mm-hmm. So that's about all I got.
Alrighty. That being said, who has the statistics for the atom?
They're on Discord, right?
Brian.
I just picked the shit that we put on it.
Better figure it out because I'm about to ask you if something hits, and if you say I don't know, the answer will be yes.
Oh no.
I mean, we have 390 HP and
390
Flurry,
HP plus
40,
40
and then
and
the
damage
10.
resistance 10 or damage
the
threshold
single
of 10.
source this time.
There is an
Single source.
AC listed in the whole Discord thing. I am about
Hold,
to
please.
roll this attack. Oh, I have to read the dice.
There's so much stuff in here.
Ooh, it's a number. I have to do some
Jesus.
math.
Everybody sent so many smashable pictures.
Mm-hmm.
If we had
where
the
is
heavy,
AC?
it would have been
okay,
AC 16.
Okay. 60. Got it. Okay.
That's a 24.
Yes.
Okay. Good answer. Alrighty. That being said, as after you hit this thing, it raises one of its arms, and a lightning bolt arcs across the armored plating of this atom that you are all in. That is going to be 16 points of lightning damage. Now, two things to take into account, and this is the only time that I'm going to say it, so pay attention. Number one, your atom has a reaction if you would like to use it, but it works just like regular reactions that you only get it once, called the chassis resistance. Your chassis, if you use this reaction, you can roll 1d12 and reduce incoming damage by that much. To compound this, separate from it though, you have armored plating, which is a pool of 40 HP. If when you take a source of damage, you can divert up to 10 of that damage into the armor plating instead of your HP. So if it's more than 10, you're taking the leftover. If it's less than 10, you can convert some or all of it into your armor plating damage pool.
Okay.
So these are ways that will make your atom a little bit more
To
tanky.
clarify, you said that damage resistance, we get that as a reaction, but we only get to use it once, or we get to use it once?
You can use it every turn, but you only
Got it.
have one reaction per turn.
All right. So, what do you guys think? Should we use that at this point?
I think we should save it. Maybe it's doing like some testing shot at us.
Yeah,
See,
your
like,
call.
oh, it took no damage. I'm gonna hit it with something harder.
I'm good.
Kind of bluff.
Are you keeping track of its HP, Charles? Of our HP?
What's that? 390 right now.
390 plus we got 40 temporary.
And then 10 under.
Yeah.
Or 10 under.
But unlike normal temporary, we don't have to take it away from the temporary, right?
Yeah, you have the option to.
So we leave that in your discretion, sir.
So it sounds like Keidiho is sort of monitoring your shields and your overall hull threshold to maintain the health of the atom. That being said, so with all things considered, 13 incoming lightning damage. How much did you guys take? Did we use
Like-
the chassis resistance this time? Or not?
No, we did not use it this time.
Okay.
So we're not
So-
rolling the D12. So,
All right. Not rolling it for this one.
yeah.
So 13 still coming. Are you diverting any into armor plating?
I leave all of that to KDO. Our fate
You
is
can
in
divert.
his hands.
Up to
Yeah, we
10 of the 13 in there.
Yeah, we'll take up to 10 of the 13.
Okay. So you can reduce that 40 to 30, and then you can take the remaining 3 damage as HP. Perfect. So, now that legendary action is done,
Oof.
Elvira, it is your turn. Seated at
Oh.
the driver's seat, the proverbial helm of this mechanical marvel.
So first, does this seem like an earth elemental of sorts?
How would you like to determine that?
Above game, I'm sitting here like it's a fucking kaiju. No, but in game,
You know what? I'm gonna hold off on that because I'm not going to waste the spell slot. Can they make a con saving throw?
Yes.
DC is 12.
Is this a magical effect?
Yes.
Oh, I actually didn't need to ask that. Okay. That is going to be a total of 23.
All right. So that. Okay, so that failed. She attempted to cast Ray of Enfeeblement. And as a bonus action, can I summon my spiritual weapon?
Absolutely.
I would like to summon my spiritual weapon, and you would again probably just see like a giant, more extravagant, like spiked gothic warhammer just appear in front of this, and I will roll to attack.
Do it.
do it.
Feel your anger.
I really appreciate Victor's last comment. I did the
Total
thing.
weapon cast. That is a +4 to hit. That'll be a 16 + 4 for a dirty girl 20. And 1d8 plus 1d8 plus 1. Is that a d8? That is a d8. Alright, that'll be 7 points plus 1 for 8 points of radiant damage.
All right. Got it. Will that be all?
That will be all.
Alrighty.
So- You can drive into this thing, by the way. The excavator and the jackhammer are both things that can actually do.
I guess I can use my movement speed. Like,
Just
So
I'm
it
I'm
was
just
like
saying.
75 feet from you. The atom has a speed of 50.
okay. So I will say she probably, because her casting range is I think 60 feet, so she probably would have been driving towards it at least, using it until she was in range to cast that spell, having it fail. She is going to pretty much, yeah, she's gonna keep driving forward, and pretty much just like gonna like just again flicking, like just kind of like for scenery, just flicking her wrist. Fucking metal starts blasting again
Yes.
as she just goes, fucking shoot that thing down! And just booking it.
Shoot
Beautiful.
it down. Shoot
Pedal
it
to
down.
the fucking metal, baby.
While you are making your way towards this creature, I must ask. That is going to be a dirty 20 to hit.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Second bolt, much like the first, arcing across your hull. Ooh, that is 16 points of lightning damage this time. All right. I will let you decide about the chassis resistance and the armor plating. That will move us to Kediho as our next turn in initiative.
What? Yeah, no, just trying to take it in.
Take it in.
Yeah, because I'm in the laser. Ooh, let me look that up real quick.
It's so fun learning like a new little like mechanical magical system mecha suit thing.
Well, I give Matt mad props here because he is taking on running a new system with the grease monkeys thing while also putting it with the mechanics of running a kaiju. That's like a lot to take on in a one shot.
So I'm not gonna lie. I do, or I actually did for part of this session, have Victor shooting some messages, giving me pointers on how to do all of this. Because originally I had a much less
Posing figure.
yeah, that I was going to do, but when Victor started messaging earlier today, and I said that, I've thought about
Today?
that for you, I was like, hey, Victor, you remember that thing that you got a little while ago?
Hey, Victor,
No,
old buddy, old pal.
And then I just sent him a gift from Pacific Rim, and he got the
Nice.
message.
I love it.
All right. Yeah, I mean, Keliko is just panicking at this point because he's very superstitious of all these things. So I'm just gonna think about like I'm gonna shoot this thing to find a weak spot because it is made of the magicize that it took on. So I'm gonna try to
You
aim for some of the
said
big ones.
the magic word. Give me a investigation check.
A 4.
You are looking over this imposing kind of construct of whatever it may be, but nothing appears to be. It took 2 hits from the Gauss cannon. It took Elvira tried to shoot. Actually, I'll take it back. I don't know if it. Well, it's not going to help this time because you rolled a 4. But as I'm reading things, we're learning as we're going. As I'm reading things and getting hints, you can roll.
Stop it, Victor.
It could be investigation, insight, or survival. So I don't know if you have a better bonus that would have made it a little bit higher, but I don't think that you're going to hit the DC unless it's drastically different than what you rolled. So with that being said, you currently don't see anything that sticks out as being any different on the form of this thing as any other spot. But you may absolutely roll to hit.
No, I rolled investigation, but
Right.
I could have rolled it as an insight or what?
Yeah. This was told to me after I had you roll. It could have been insight or survival.
Oh, yeah, because I have a +4 on the insight.
So you rolled a 4. You would have had +4. It would have been 8.
Yeah, so that probably wouldn't happen.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
maybe next time.
No, what? Well, now
Maybe
we know.
next time. Alrighty.
Yeah, plus I'm panicking, so I'm just like try to hit this thing as we're
I get
rushing
you.
towards it.
Go ahead and make an attack roll with the laser turret. That would be your dexterity modifier plus your proficiency bonus.
Wait, which laser? Is it the 2d6 laser or what dice?
2d4.
2d4.
Starts.
We got to roll a
2D4,
hit first.
But if you keep hitting it, then that goes up. Is
You,
that
you do have to roll the hit
each
first.
successive hit?
Each successive hit.
Cool. Cool.
It's my dex modifier plus my
Proficiency.
proficiency. So 2d4s is 2.
You still have to roll the hit.
Oh, roll a hit. So that's
Yeah.
a d20 or?
Yep.
Alright. 18.
18 will hit. Now you can roll those 2d4. And so the damage. Yeah, you can add your dexterity modifier to the damage.
Right. So 4 and a 2 and a +3 on dex.
So that is 9 points of fire damage.
Fire.
Alrighty. Let me get that all calculated in there.
I'm on fire.
Beautiful. Alrighty. What is the rate of fire on the laser? Is it 2?
Rate of fire, 2. So if my understanding is right, that's 2 per attack, right?
Yep. So you get to roll to attack. If you're using your full action for this, you can actually roll to hit 3 more times.
Might as well and see what this big old bullet can take. 2? Damn. 1? Talk too soon. 2.
These are all your to hit rolls?
Yeah. Those 3 of them, right? The D4?
With the no, these would be the D20 rolls to try to add.
Oh, D4. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
I was so confused. I was like, oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
6? That's not even better.
Oh my god.
5? Damn.
Oof.
13.
13 plus your dexterity modifier is
+3. So it would be. Yeah, I got +3 dex.
16.
So it'd be 16.
16.
Fancy math peoples.
Does not hit,
Damn.
unfortunately. So that being said, because you did miss, that would reset the laser back to its original 2d4. So remember that next time you go to hit with it. Any bonus action for you?
No, not right now. I'll probably have to save it for later.
Alrighty. That is going to bring us to round things out for our crew here with Nesta.
Okay. So Nesta initially was about to is actually staring at the thing with a giant smile on her face because something to fight. And initially she wants to run to the gun, ready to blast it. But then she witnesses kind of that everyone seems to be kind of flying blind. And she's left with this moment of wanting to react impulsively to just take the hit and just start doing things. And she stops and asks, how many feet is that thing in front of us?
You moved 50 feet closer, so 25.
Okay. So I have True Strike.
Okay.
Okay. And I also have a thing that allows me. Where is it? Where the fuck is it? An action, and I don't know if this counts, where I don't know how this works. It says empowered spell.
Okay.
When you roll damage for a spell, you can spend 1 sorcery point to roll up to 3 of the dice. You must use new rolls and stuff like that. I know True
Okay.
Strike does also have a damage to it.
True Strike,
Mhm.
if you use
Oh
it
no,
as
never
your
mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. But I don't know. Am I allowed to throw things on my bonus actions? Let me see.
Potentially.
so.
Tell me everything that you'd like to do,
Okay, so
and I
basically
will
what I
tell
want to
you
do.
how to do it.
Okay, so I want to True Strike, figure out what it needs, so that I figure out what would make what is. God, I can't talk today. It's weakness. Sorry, it's weakness, so that I can grab a spell to throw at it. Does that make sense?
Okay. Alrighty. So,
Or at least to advise everyone else, this is the weakness. Use these spells or something.
right.
Whichever I'm
So,
allowed to use.
what I will give you here is that so True Strike is an action to use, and then most of your damage dealing spells would be an action as well. If you have the Quicken Spell Meta Magic, you can do one of them as a bonus action at the cost of a sorcery point. That being said, this is how I'll interpret the looking for a weak spot. You could do that for free, as Kitty Ho did on his turn.
Okay.
But if you would like to use True Strike on this turn, be it an action or a bonus action, I will let you make the check at advantage.
Okay, let's True Strike. Because I would get all the information on the defenses if I do True Strike.
You would get what you would need to make this fight happen.
Okay. Then I will do that. Also, quick question. On my bonus action, if I'm not able to fight, am I able to speak and tell the others what I saw?
Speaking as well as crying is a free action.
Got it. Thank you. So okay. I am rolling my d20, correct?
Okay, so if you are going to try to spot this vulnerability, you are using True Strike?
Yes.
Okay, so you can make your choice of investigation, insight, or survival, and you can do so at advantage by rolling the d20 twice and taking the higher result.
Okay. So right now I'm rolling for True Strike or for the insight.
True Strike happens. Just so long as you're using it, you're going to get the advantage on your roll.
Okay, so it's you said it was survival, insight, and what was the other one?
Investigation. You can choose any one of those.
Survival.
Survival. Beautiful.
It's a 10 with plus. Never mind. It's a 9.
Oh, did you roll twice and take the higher result?
Oh no, I did not roll twice. Sorry.
Yay! Advantage!
16.
16. And then it's a -1 for survival.
So 15.
So
Yeah.
15 total. That does pass. Really quick reminding myself on how this works. Thank you, Victor. That is going to be in this that he sent me. Over. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What I can give you for this, right before this creature began to throw lightning in your direction, the ring of magicite around its neck, as well as the large floating rocks of magicite floating around its form, numbering 5, they all lit up, charging with power before he released this bolt of electricity at the atom. You would be very much in the right to assume that these are somehow important to this creature's functionality.
Do you guys see the floating rocks around it?
Well, there's a bunch of rocks, but I guess the ones that are floating around it in particular. What do you mean about them?
They're lighting up. What if they're charging it?
Like an arcane focus?
Something? Well, if they're giving it power and taking from it in like a cycle, maybe?
Do you
Like
mean
an-
perhaps like a puppet?
Well, if it's a puppet, that means the rocks are controlling it, and the rocks would be the strings. Or the rocks would be the strings.
Mining excavation fucking shit. Nobody came back here. Like, God fucking damn it. She's now like muttering an abyssal.
I think we should take them out. I think we should focus our hits on the rocks.
Hit the glowy rocks, alright?
All right.
Geos, did you hear that? Hit the glowy rocks! More cowbell!
Beautiful.
Also,
So-
random question. Actually, real quick, random question. Absorb elements, is that just reactionary?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So that being said, you use True Strike as an action, or did you spend a sorcery point as a bonus action?
I'm going to spend the sorcery bonus point as a bonus. To get the bonus.
Okay. So that being said, your action is free to do whatever you would like with.
Okay.
You could.
I want
fire
to
your-
cast. I want to cast Melf's meteors.
So this is
Yeah.
where the rules get a little finicky, because I do believe that the casting time on that is one bonus action. I think that is what it says there. So you've already used your bonus action for true. Actually,
Okay.
save your sorcery point and just use that spell as a bonus action.
All right.
Perfect. So you have that up. I believe that you can then make an attack roll at this creature with your spell attack modifier.
Which is plus. The spell attack is +6,
Perfect.
and the modifier
So-
the modifier is +3.
That's something different. So you're going to want the +6. So roll a d20 and add 6 to it.
All right. Not the only one that can have little rocks floating around him. 16 plus 6 to 22.
That'll hit.
So Nesta, no, she uses a wand. So she pulls out her wand and she kind of encircles herself, and then just out of the elements around her, little rocks start to form and just start to orbit her, very similar to the way they're orbiting the monster. And she looks up and looks over to her. Elvira's like, "What? I like the look," and shoots one.
It looks fabulous, darling.
And shoots one straight at the plate or the rock that's closest to its like right side, or her to her right.
Alrighty.
Have you death upon them, Nesta. Rain death upon them.
If only I could
I-
cover them in jewels.
We could arrange that for the burial.
So I do believe that there is a damage roll in there. I'm not sure what it is. It's been a while since I've used Melf's Minute Meteors.
Hit the rocks with some more rocks. Yeah.
2d6 it says.
Alright. So roll that for me.
6. 5. So 11.
Perfect.
Dude, I was thinking 5 the entire time. I was like, at least give me a 5. At least give me a 5. So just
You know what's better than 5? 6.
6.
Gotta squeeze in the one SpongeBob reference.
All right,
So, you're aiming at the rocks that are floating around this creature?
Mhm.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So, that being said, you nail one of them and it explodes upon impact. And this creature roars, but this time with pain, as it seems to fall to a knee, and the rubble dissipates, but the lightning encompassing its form shoots out in 4 small bursts, as there are now humanoid visages made entirely of electricity
Gosh.
hovering in front of each of you.
Like in the Mecca?
They're gonna have to try so some of you are inside, some of you have cast spells, meaning that you can do things outside, and some of you are sort of in a half position. So,
Outside.
moving right across.
Elvira would be still in the driver's seat. She's shooting her spells through the window. Or through
Right.
little peep a hole.
Can we shoot spells through the window?
Very
Through a
carefully.
window, through most of them, yes. I will, yeah, a window for sure. Yeah, like if it's depending on the size.
I will say it will be better if it hits the tank than if it hits you.
Okay.
Yeah, but my
So-
meteor would have gone through a window, so I'm like, she's probably more closer to at least an open window.
Gotcha.
Smash.
So that being said, Geo, being that you are in the dorsal gun, you have at most half coverage from this. So treat this as if you have 2 additional AC.
All right.
Ooh, oh, I didn't like that sound.
It's a 25 to hit.
Yes.
Alrighty. You, sir, are going to take 17 points of lightning damage.
Halved.
Because bear totem.
Because I am a bear totem barbarian.
Rawr.
Elvira, you are in total cover from the cockpit. So this means that it can't target you, but it can target the windshield. That
17, does that have to 8, by the way? Or
Huh?
9? 8 or 9 for 17 halved. Do you round up or down?
Up.
Up.
No,
Got it.
you round down. I take
Oh, 8.
it back. You round down.
Got it.
So actually, that does not meet the Adam's AC. So you are safe.
As it hits the windshield, she just goes, ha 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 ha, and just hits the gas.
Okay, Diho, you shooting the laser. I will say that you actually probably have 3/4 cover for this because you did have the windows open earlier. So, bam.
Wanted it to be fresh. But not
That is a natural 1. because
Ooh,
it's
smash.
advantage.
They missed.
And Nesta,
It seems the monster is matching your rolls, KDO.
Nesta, for you, that is going to be a 23 to hit.
Oh my god. Poor baby.
Hey, this actually makes it better for my little story here.
That is also a 17 points of lightning damage.
Actually, sir,
Actually, ma'am.
Oh, I know what you're gonna
I
do.
have absorb elements.
You can use absorb elements.
Oh, I am
So
so proud of you right now,
that
Lily.
will be halved as you now have resistance to the damage. So you are taking, what did we just discuss? Halved 8 points of lightning damage.
Which doesn't not hit or does hit? It should hit.
No,
well,
no,
that
you
goes
just
through to your
have
HP. Yeah.
I'm fine then. So,
Gotcha.
I am so proud of you, Lily. Like you were.
Perfect.
That's 8. You said 8 points, right?
Yep. So that brings us back to the top of the round. Geo.
All right. So that thing that hit me, did that just disappear, or is that still there?
It's still there.
Damn. Okay. So I'm guessing, is its presence one that would hinder me from shooting my cannon?
You can still shoot the cannon, but it is definitely closer than the end of your barrel.
Is it within reach of me to hit it?
Oh yes, because its reach is also 5 feet.
Sweet. Then I will just kind of reach back and grab Wanda. My my wrench of warning. And I will hit him in the face. Hopefully.
Beautiful. Swing away.
That would be a nat 20, so.
Nat 20 it is.
So that would be what? That's 12 plus. Where's my attacks?
We do
For the sake of argument, that is enough. You disperse this elemental, and the bolts of lightning head back to where they came from.
Sweet. So with my second attack, I would like to take a shot with the big gun then.
At
I would like to do at the necklace, I guess, or the floaty rocks around its. You said neck, right?
mm-hmm. Although its neck isn't really a thing right now because it kind of collapsed.
Yeah. But that's what I'm trying to shoot. I'm trying to shoot those things that Nesta told me to shoot.
I'll give it to you. Go ahead and roll the hit.
That would be 18 plus. What? It's 7, right? Dex plus proficiency.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So plus 7.
That will hit.
Okay. And that would be 3d12. Correct? Yeah.
Again, in the interest of time, I'm just going to say that hitting these things does destroy them.
Okay.
So that is the necklace destroyed. There are still 4 large chunks of magicite that were floating around its form.
Okay.
So that is your 2 attacks, sir?
Yep.
Alrighty.
And nothing is within 10 feet of me, right?
Not anymore.
Okay. No, 'cause when I destroyed the one, did all of the elementals disappear?
Mm-mm.
So would they be within? Well, 'cause I guess this thing is gargantuan, so that's.
They're a little further
Okay.
away.
Got it. Cool.
Alrighty. Elvira, you are up next.
Okay, so is this thing like prone currently?
This thing is currently kind of rubble, and there's just the lightning elemental in your face.
The lightning elemental in my face. Okay.
What I will say is that from the cockpit, you can operate the excavator.
Hit it.
Fuck it. I'll hit it with the excavator. That seems fun.
So you're going to roll to hit with the atom strength and your proficiency. So this is going to be a plus 11 to hit.
Plus 11 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
A 15 plus 11 for a 26.
Absolutely does hit. Go ahead and roll. I believe it is 2d10. I think.
All right.
Confirming.
That will be
2d10.
okay. That'll be 8 for the
Yep.
first one, and 9 for the second one. So you just kind of see Elvira as she shifts her foot. Like there is again, she's as she's doing this, she's putting a cigarette in her mouth, fucking flicking a match as she's lighting it, and she then grabs the fucking throttle to the excavator, yanks it back, and just goes, "Bitch," and just fucking slams it and just hits the elemental right in front of her.
Slams right into it. Its form disperses and returns back to the rubble pile.
And so that was my action.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any other little ghosties?
There is one by Kediho in the left side laser turret, and one by Nesta, who is near the right side laser turret.
So I'm going to use my bonus action to.
So what I will say is that your spiritual weapon was by the main creature, and you guys are 25 feet away from that, and then they are in different spots on it. Your spiritual weapon can only move 20 feet.
Is there anything near it that I can hit it with? All right, then as a bonus action, give me a minute. Give me a minute. Vocal stimming. Elevator music. What are my bonus actions? Oh fuck! Is it only spiritual weapon? Wait, do I have bonus action cantrips? I think I have bonus action cantrips. God damn it! I think everything takes like one action. You know what? Just for safety reasons, she's going to kind of draw a sigil on her chest as she casts Shield of Faith on herself to up her AC to 20.
Perfect. Alrighty. Kediho, it is your turn. I burped and it made my whole chest feel weird.
So this thing is rubbled out, and then the things are in the air. The orbs.
There are the orbs around the rubble pile, and there is a what can only be described as a lightning elemental in front of you.
And then every time we destroy one of the things, it releases lightning, right? As a... All right.
It did. I wouldn't say that it's every time that happens, though.
Yeah, okay. Just trying to look at the info here. Alright, it's time to aim for those orbs in the sky, since I have new info and I won't embarrass myself anymore and try to shoot. Wait, is the guy in my cockpit with me, or is he like outside of my gun?
He's outside.
And I get...
But there is a window he could go through, correct? If he wanted to make any particular physical attack.
Mm-hmm.
There's also one in front of Nesta.
Yeah, but she's on the other side of the machine from you.
This action.
When one door closes, sometimes you just have to shoot through the window.
I would like to climb out the window to attack the one outside mine and outside Nesta's.
Okay. Let's start with the one outside yours. Go ahead and roll to hit.
What is up? 10.
10 is this thing's AC. So go ahead and roll some damage.
Oh my god. Alright. Some dual wielding a longsword and a rapier.
Let's go, KDO. Let's go, KDO.
So you have to go 1d10 plus 4 with my right hand.
Okay.
Is it the d10?
So that was your So that's your first hit. Go ahead, roll the damage for it.
7 plus 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
That's 11. That will actually be enough to disperse this elemental as well. So its electricity goes back to the rubble pile, which is slowly starting to shift and move around like this might stand back up.
Okay. So they went back.
So that is your first attack. What would you like to do with your second attack?
Ooh, with that new info, I don't know if I want to attack the second one. So, let's see, because I had an inspiration, but I don't know how well it would work.
Hey, advantage is advantage.
Because I see, like, Kedijo saw it return, and one of the things that shot out, not this time more clearly, so it kind of like powered it back. So that made me think, yeah, that's why it would need setting up. And I want to do it before they notice what I came up in my head.
Okay.
And then can I cast Pass Without Trace on myself so they don't pick up on it?
Pass Without Trace takes an action to cast,
Oh, it's an
and
action.
you are in the middle of your action.
That's right. Oh, it's 2 attacks, but one is an action.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll just like to confirm my suspicions and move on to attack the other one to confirm it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit with your offhand weapon. Or actually, no. This would still be with your main hand.
D10. 9, 10, 11, 12. Ow. Busted out the fingers. 14. 9 plus 4.
14 absolutely hits. Go ahead and roll some damage for me.
And it's another 1d. 7.
7 total.
How many am I rolling? And then with my rapier is a. Oh, how do I roll that one? That is a 1d8 plus 4. That is 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. 7, 11, my bad.
11 is enough to disperse this last elemental as well, as its form returns to the pile of magicite rubble in front of you, and this creature stands once again. The necklace shattered, and I believe two of the boulders that were floating around it destroyed, leaving 3 left.
Phase 2 has started, y'all. Let's go.
Nesta, I believe that is your turn.
Fuck them up.
So I think I keep the meteors for a bit, correct?
Oh yes, you
Yeah,
do. So you still have 3, I believe, that you can shoot one as a bonus action.
Okay. So right now, are there any elementals around us? Because I know that Kidiko got rid of the 2. Okay. So it's just the floating rocks over there by the rubble?
Well, the rubble is now no longer rubble. It is standing back into the form of the big guy.
Okay. Back at the monster.
Smash.
He plans to.
Don't tempt me with a good time.
Then Can I use Firebolt on one and then use a bonus action to throw another meteor?
Absolutely.
Okay. So it says 2d10s. What's this?
So you got to roll a hit first. So that'll be the d20 plus your spell attack modifier.
Which is 6.
Mhm.
15 plus 6 for 21.
21 will absolutely hit.
And then the d10, which is the diamond one, right?
Yep. And you get 2 of those.
Oof. One was a 0.
That's a good thing because that means it's a 10.
Hell yeah!
The numbers
Oh,
on
I
a
was like,
d10
oh,
are
shit.
0 through 9. So when you roll a 0, it's actually 10.
Oh, shit. Yay.
Well done. So that's 10. You get to roll another one.
And that one is a 2.
Okay, so 12 points of damage. Got it. Alrighty. Hang on, I gotta make sure that I'm tracking this correctly. Okay. So that was your firebolt, and now you can roll the hit with your meteor.
Which is also the d20 again, right?
Also plus 6.
19 plus 6
19 more.
for 25.
Ooh. 25 definitely will hit.
Smash with the meteor.
Yeah. And what was the one for
2d6, I believe.
56?
Mhm.
Got it. 3 and 2s for 5.
3 and 2 for 5 points of damage. Okay.
Emoji.
Gotcha there. Alrighty. So you do hit these, they burst, leaving one left floating around. On the end of your turn, this creature is going to roar as the electricity flows from its feet into the top of its head, and its entire form turns into lightning as it dashes in a line straight through the atom. I need everybody to roll a dexterity saving throw.
You just hear Elvira going, fuck, 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 fuck!
Elvira, I'm going to need you to roll a second one for the atom using your dexterity.
Alright. I'm a Dexy bitch, so let's hope this. You said saving throws?
18.
That will be a 18 for Muwa, and then for the atom, that is another 18 plus 5 for both.
Dee-dee-dee-dee. 23 for both. Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha.
I rolled 2 18s, baby.
So that being said, everybody takes half damage with so they take half of 56. So everybody will be taking 23 points of lightning damage, including the
If I have
atom
absor-
by itself.
And then
If I still have absorb elements.
So it's a new round, you would have to cast it again.
Okay.
Which you can do by all means, if you because I do believe you would still have the spell slot for it. But if you would like to, then you would take 13 points of lightning damage.
With
I
my
would like to.
raging, I would take half of the half, right?
Which would also be 13.
Sweet.
Okay, so I will take it.
Get it, girl. Or
I already took
or-
damage.
or-
I can't
or-
take
or-
much.
Or don't get it as much.
I'm down to 21. No, I couldn't afford 20 anything.
Gotcha. Alrighty.
How's the atom looking?
Fine.
Was I able to like swerve enough to where it like didn't fall over or anything? Or like did it just graze it? Like leaving a large scratch along the flaming pink bunnies on the trailer.
A large scratch of lightning?
I'm just wondering if Elvira needs to get out of the truck or out of the tank.
Okay. That being said, now it's actually this creature's turn,
Oh fuck.
which it didn't get one because you guys knocked it down before its turn last time. So it is going to begin by that last floating boulder around it. It's going to reach back and punch it as a loud clap of thunder hits the entire area. I will now need everybody to make Constitution saving throws. And I will need Elvira to make one for the atom. Which the atom has its own stats. Let me double check for Constitution. So, it has a +7 to Constitution saves.
So that's a 19 for me, but for the atom that will be a natural 20, good sir.
Okay.
You say Elvira's a bad driver.
Who said?
No, I fucking
Yeah, my constitution was
Goes?
6.
To be fair,
right.
I said Taylor's a bad driver.
I don't drive.
Case in point.
I'm not a bad driver. I just cry when I
Didn't you
drive.
say you got into like 4 accidents in like a
No.
year?
No, I wasn't the one driving. Obviously.
She was a child in one of those. She was a little
No,
girl.
she at some point said,
I
never mind.
witnessed one as a
Well,
child.
that would be why it was
That
a,
one I got into, I was
an
like
action.
15. But no, I was not driving for that one either. It was just traumatizing.
Just traumatized.
So that being said, the loud concussive thunderclap would normally be 30 points of damage, but everybody passed, so it is 15.
Can I do that again?
You've already used your reaction, I think.
You used your reaction
Okay,
once
alright, well
already this
then
turn.
I'm almost dead.
Oh no! What do you mean by almost dead?
I mean, you said 15, right?
Yep.
I mean 6.
Oof.
Yeah, you got more than me. I might have to start clericing here soon.
Seriously?
Alrighty. Gotcha there. So that was its action. As its bonus action, it's going to do this guy. I need the... Or actually, no, that one's a attack roll. Against the atom. Can you take 20?
Yeah, and then the atom did save on a nat 20 for that con save.
Right. That is accounted for. This is just it trying to throw a bolt of lightning at the atom, and I don't think that a 15 is going to hit. Alrighty.
No, it's not.
Second attack. Alrighty. That is double checking the math because I already forgot. That is a 16 to hit. I think that one does hit.
We can't hear you, Brian.
16 meets it.
Ah. So that is 16 points of lightning damage.
Just to the atom?
Yes.
Oh, thank the fucking gods.
Did we use that reaction to reduce it by 12 yet, or no? Nope. Okay.
Alrighty. Gotcha there. That is this creature's turn. So now we go back to the top with Geo. It is your turn.
Okay. Geo would like to. You said there's one more rock floating by it? I
Mhm.
want to shoot it.
Okay.
Shoot that rock.
Shoot that rock.
Ready. Aim.
That is
Fire!
18 plus 7.
That will hit.
Okay.
Again, you just need to hit these guys to destroy them. So
Okay.
that is the last one gone.
All right. How does he look now
Oh,
that
wait.
that's gone? Does he respond at
Yeah.
all?
I do actually take that back. In this form, I will need you to roll damage on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is dumb. 12, 12, and 11.
12, 12, and 11.
Yeah. On 3d12, it's 12, 12, and 11.
Okay, so that is
That is
freaking
dumb.
35 points of damage.
Yeah.
Alrighty. After all of these pieces have been taken down, it looks like it's gearing up for another attack. You line up the Gauss cannon, and it aims right center mass. And as you shoot it, this reels back, falling backwards, and it falls to one knee. And if a elemental could be breathing heavy, that is what you are seeing.
Okay.
It is effectively prone.
Is that
And
big enough that it
everybody-
would give me disadvantage?
This is kind of silly. It would not give you disadvantage, no.
Okay.
I'm going to say ranged attacks are not going to be at disadvantage, but melee attacks would still be at advantage.
Okay.
That being said, though, you can all infer this is your chance to take it out.
I still got one shot.
Shot through the
Yeah, you got-
heart and you're too
You
Yeah.
broke the thingy and then you shot it.
Huh?
You broke the orb, and oh no, that was the damage that knocked it down. You're right. You do have one more shot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Grog, give me strength.
Come on, Geo's lion it up.
That's a nat 20. Do we do crunchy crits with the cannon?
Geo,
What's
how
up?
do you want to do this?
Fuck yeah! So I see this thing go down to one knee, and I sit there and I get down, looking down the side of this thing, and I just wait for this thing to lift its head just a little bit to give me that clear shot. And I just let out the one final shot as I am just laughing, which really sounds a lot like a roar in this state, as the shot just goes straight through him.
The shot goes straight through, and you see the body falling backwards as the light from each rock of magicite flickers before dimming to a dull gray. And as the form hits the ground, a huge cloud of dust erupts, evaporating into the wind.
My therapist is going to hear about this.
Nessa just shoots out the last of the meteors to get rid of them in a bit of a scream of not so much relief, but actual like anger that I can't do because my throat hurts. I want to, but I can't. And then kind of just falls to her knees and just like quiet, like starts to quietly sob.
I will say at this point, are we out of initiative?
Yes.
Okay, I gotta always ask that because sometimes if you're still in initiative, it means there's still some stuff to fuck you up. But I will
I gotta-
say Elvira will start muttering in Celestial as as she kind of takes glances at all of her all of her party and is going to cast Mass Cure Wounds or Mass Healing Word. Sorry, Mass Healing Word. So it's only gonna be 1d4 plus 1, but health is health, and yeah. So you guys would feel this strangely warming sensation come over you as you get 4 points plus 1 so 5 points of healing back.
Nice little boost in the right direction.
Just kind of like to give them like a burst of energy so we can pack the fuck up and get the fuck out.
Is that the order of operations?
Yes, because now we know why nobody came out here.
Yeah, but now it's dead, so now we can get what we came for.
How do you know it's the only one?
My thoughts exactly. There's a lot of magical energy around here, and obviously the land seems rather angry when it comes to excavation. So Elvira with her scholar of the occult scholar, with her being on a lot of different kind of excavation sites, that sort of thing, is it common for like when you disturb certain sites for certain types of creatures to pop up, just nature kind of defending itself in of some way or another?
This being your first excursion into the wastes, you have never seen anything like this. This is unheard of. But if this excursion was anything, it's proven that so far you guys have a method to keep whatever this is at bay or under control. So you know there will be more excursions into the waste to gather more magicite.
I will say Elvira will take out her book and she's going to turn back to Nesta and just be like, I need you to give me those details again about just what we need to do to take this thing down, because obviously very specific. She's going to pretty much write a whole research page about the steps that one would need to take out a being like this. Pretty much just being like, yeah, it's a 2-phase boss level. Get your shit together. Aim at the rocks. Like, that's pretty much the gist of it, and is going to when they get back, she's probably going to try and also kind of sell that to up the price of whatever they bring back as well, being like, if you want more, you pay a little extra, we'll tell you how to take down the thing and make sure less people don't come back, is pretty much her gist of things. She's going to grease the palm
So
with it.
we got hired by a company to bring it back, right?
Yes, you did.
So I would say Geo has kind of a conflicted look. And like he doesn't like Elvira writing it down. And especially hearing her mention selling it to somebody and telling them how to take these things out. But he won't do anything about it. He just isn't happy about it.
That's what I thought.
Nesta takes her new project kind of like half-heartedly because she's still kind of crying. And then just dusts herself off and gets up and just like and then just starts doing something to take her mind off of it. Starts writing.
Elvira will totally offer some like charcoals and some paper.
And she just sits down and writes. As for my opinion on what to do, I'm going to leave that to the one driving this thing.
Kadiho, any remarks? Any reactions to everything going on?
No, I can bear. I almost died. I was like 3 points away or something.
Man, what are y'all looking so tired for? I don't get it.
Well, I hope they give us a bonus with this.
It sounds to me like you all are going to take some time, gather up the materials that you have collected.
I think we should.
Perhaps.
Should leave it. Say we couldn't get it. Say that thing was too strong. Keep other assholes from coming out here, at least for a while.
We had a job to do, and I'm going to relay the research of which I have collected.
That don't make it right.
There's not a lot of right things in this world, but it's either
Yeah, so why do we gotta make it worse?
we're the ones who dirty our hands so others don't have to. You either tough up and do the job, or you don't. There is always give, and there is always take, there is always life, and there is always death. It is a continuous cycle, whether you like it or not.
Someone was going to do it anyway. Someone else is going to come out here and discover the same thing that we did.
If anything, it just leads
Yeah, but then
less
my
death.
hands are clean. We
Well,
already
I'm
took this thing
finding
out.
information.
Weak.
Well, then I guess we can just take your share if you're so upset about it.
Fine by me.
Elvira's just going to pretty much just keep driving.
Nesta goes back to the writing.
The tension could be cut with a knife for the week-long ride back to civilization, coming up through the nation of Osnia, and traveling back around through the town of Sepont and back through the trade routes leading to Dormont.
Read that, Matt.
I did.
Okay.
Most of your trek after you reach the borders of the wastes, there is 3 of you as somebody jumps ship at the first available chance. So, arriving in the nation of Dormok, the city of Stoutheart, Elvira, Nesta, and Kediho, you are welcomed with applause from the townsfolk. Named Stoutheart because primarily most of Dormok as a country are dwarves, gnomes, halflings. The shorter of the races just tend to come from this area. Stoutheart in particular has a very large concentration of gnomes who like to tinker, and it is through them that the a lot of these marvels have been made. The atom is directed into a large garage, as it were. The doors shut, the doors locked behind you, as a team of artificers start assessing all of the damage that this thing has taken. It's still working good, but they never would have guessed that it would have taken, this much damage and come back. There is a person, a dwarven individual. This is your benefactor. This man who is known as Sir Rosleen. He greets you all with a giant smile through his braided beard. It seems that our invention is exactly what we needed to gather this precious resource. You've brought it with you?
Yes, we have.
Very good,
Well,
very good.
Good amount of it anyway.
He's nodding along with you, and as he asks, so obviously you've met something out there. What can you tell me?
Elvira is going to pull out her book, her sketchbook, open it up.
It's not there.
Then what she's going to simply do is pull out pen and paper, start sketching out the beast again, writing down all the shit that Nesta told her, and she's going to hand it over.
Nesta also had some papers at some point. And
I knew
looks
you
for
had
them
that
in her
stupid
bag.
stinker face on your face.
Stinker face. Love you,
Yes!
Taylor.
Yeah, but no, it's not going to stop Elvira. She's a fucking scholar. She had that shit fucking memorized. She sketched
I
that
did
shit
my
out.
part.
Hey,
I tried my best.
honestly, I love the dedication and the loyalness to your character, connection to the Earth sort of situation. I fucking dig it. Elvira can't fucking stand it. So that's why she, again, is drawing the shit out of spite. And
Hey,
is writing
it's all
down
good.
And once she finishes, she is going to, like, considering that we put our lives at risk, and obviously we're going to need more compensation to fix up our atom here, especially if you would like to do future excursions. But when it comes to facing the dangers that are out there, when it comes to excavations, I say maybe up this about 15% just to make sure your men can get back safely. We hardly walked out of there with our lives. One of us didn't even come back.
He was very brave.
Roll
Sacrificed himself for
deception
us.
with advantage.
I dig it so much.
Like, I'm a fucking milk this shit for all I got.
She's really he's dead to her.
Oh god. Oh, I love you, Nesta. Oh dear god. Okay, what was I doing? Deception. Oh. Okay. With advantage. First one is a 16. Second, that's just two 16s plus 1. We're 17. Guidance.
17.
Guidance.
Guidance.
Fucking guidance. And add 3 to that.
Alrighty. Dirty 20. He just kind of nods and goes, like, no sympathy really in his countenance. He just kind of nods and goes, well, that's to be expected, but
Yeah, giveth and taketh away.
that being said, and he kind of goes over a clipboard that he has, you can give the details of this creature. It's a lot for me to understand, but you can give that to the Arcanists. They can add it to their studies. They can perhaps use this for future models of the atom and make adjustments. I, however, will go and sort out your payment, which for the 3 of you would be 23,000 gold pieces, enough for you to retire from such a terrifying experience that you all had, but should you wish to risk your life again, I can assure you there was more gold to be had. And as this conversation is happening, Magicite is already being offloaded and packaged in boxes and crates. And as this is happening, the dwarven man, he nods and gestures and he goes, "Our first arrival of a person who has purchased the Magicite is already here. Dr. Diago, thank you very much for your patronage."
Say the name.
She smiles and nods, looking at the devastation that is wrought upon the atom as she looks at the box containing a very powerful resource. And with a unsure expression on her face, no, don't worry about it at all. Hopefully this is all that I need for my research. And hopefully whatever caused that, this is a necessary evil. The dwarven man kind of nods and just goes, "Of course, if anything else that we can help you with, please let us know. Until then, I bid you a good day." And she bows, turns, and says, "Thank you very much. Come, Petrichor." And they leave the garage.
Oh my god. So I'm guessing this is the stuff that our magic crystal is made out of.
The original one,
Ooh.
because if you remember, the original one broke.
Oh yeah. Oh, smash. I love it. I love it. And Petrichor.
And after those little Easter eggs that you can make everybody else jealous that you guys got, that is where we will end tonight's session.
Yay!
Yay!
Thank you all so much for playing, for helping me tell this wonderful story, peeking into the past of the dimensional dial itself. I've been your host,
Thank you
Matt.
for welcoming us back. Pleasure.
You guys are my ride or die crew.
Come back, no matter how much shit I stuff.
I know we keep coming back.
We always
Hey, I know our time here is limited, so every time he puts a open to, I'm like the first one to say, "Smash! I'm in."
smash.
Perfect.
So-
Again, thank you everybody for watching.
Bye.
Tune in next time for Dimensional Dial One Shot Wednesdays. See you next time.